Hello, my name is Kafui Dey. My guest is Edem, musician and cultural ambassador. But before the chat, let me give you some great news. If you send money back home to Ghana, you need to hear this. Lemfi is the app to use to send money from the UK, Canada, Europe, or the US straight to Ghana with zero transfer fees. You can send directly to bank accounts or Momo, and your people back home receive it within minutes. The exchange rates are competitive, and the app is secure and safe to use. And here's a bonus. When you sign up and use my referral code, Kafui, you get cash back on your first qualifying transfer. Plus, every time you send money, you earn reward points you can use to transact later. Download the Lemfi app now and use my code Kafui when you sign up. Before we dive into the conversation, a quick thank you to the space that makes conversations like this possible. We're recording today at BGL Recording Studio, your ultimate hub for content creation. Whether you're looking to produce a podcast like this one, record an audiobook, or get high-quality voiceovers done, BGL offers a professional setup, excellent sound, and very affordable rates. If you're serious about your content, this is where you need to be. You'll find them at Old Brigade Street, just behind the 37 Military Hospital, or reach them on 0249 204 739. Big thanks to BGL Recording Studio for supporting Kafui Dey interviews. Now, let's get into the conversation with Edem.
Oh,
Leke man. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Let's kick off with the big one, your new project, Volta V. Break it down for me. What was the inspiration behind that?
Volta V is a song of my new album, which is designed to champion pride in heritage, in identity. Also, sort of like give my people, for lack of a better word, an anthem that resonates enough for the younger generation or people who come after us when we are gone to say, I have a reason to be proud of where I come from. Also, I want the name Volta V to be synonymous with excellence, determination, a drive to achieve. And so the song came about because of that. Then I brought Herman into the studio for a verse on my album. And we thought that was the perfect song for her to be on. So Volta V is literally synonymous with being a Voltarian or being an Ewe, and just making sure that you show up and you show up the best every time you're called. And so that's the inspiration behind the song. Yeah.
And what is it? What does Volta V mean? What does the V mean?
Volta V means a son of the Volta region.
Or a daughter.
Or a daughter, yes. Volta V means a son of the Volta region or a daughter. I also said in the song Volta instead of Volta, for me, Volta is somebody who is not only an Volta but also speaks
the language.
The language.
Is
the language.
Yes.
So a speaker of the language.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also use a subtle way to admonish people who shy away from identity. Like you don't have to. And so Volta V is not only about the Volta region, it's about just making sure that when you're proud of who you are, you also respect people for who they are actually. And so you're a Northerner, you have to be proud of who you are. You're an Akan, you have to be really proud of, and you have to be unapologetic about it. And I think when we all do that, then we also respect each other for how much we appreciate our differences in identity. And so that's the inspiration behind Volta V.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the problem that this song is a solution for?
Number one, when I was coming up, I didn't have an anthem that brought together all Ewe speaking people. I don't know that one song that is urban, appealing to the Gen Zs, appealing to the elderly people, that I can say connects all of us. And so that is the first point. Because if the song doesn't cut across, the message will not get to the people. So I want the song to cut across. And then we hope that by the time this song becomes big, everybody who shies away from being true to who they are would say there's no reason for that. And sometimes being true to who you are is not even about language. It can even be about abilities. You're good at boxing, but you feel that you have self-doubt. You don't want to put it out. You think you have good vocals, but you only sing indoors.
In the shower?
In the shower, and just when you're called, you shy away from it. That is a part of you that you need to get rid of. And so once you become unapologetic about who you are, so I'm hoping that the song will make people feel that type of way and say, you know what, Edem is unapologetic about identity, about heritage. I should be unapologetic about everything I do. Yeah, but in the right way.
Yes.
In the right way.
I get you.
Yeah.
I get you. I sense a shift in your identity from artist, more than an artist. So you're an artist going to almost like a cultural leader or a mobilizer. Am I right?
Yes.
It goes beyond just being a musician.
Yes. I think that I'm still rooted in the grounds of where I came from and my beginning as an artist. My roots are still there, but I think at this point, my head is in the satellites in terms of enabling more spaces intentionally to be able to continue to keep the doors open for people who come after me. And that is quite important because I understand the amount of work that it took for these doors to be open. A typical example is post-Edem, you will hardly find an Ewe-speaking artist on a reality show. And if anybody's watching, they can go back. So it was pre-Edem, sorry. So it is post-Edem that when people go for reality shows and they are rapping in Ewe or they are singing in Ewe, somebody has ticked the box for them. So they'll be like, let us consider him for Mentor. Let us consider him for Stars of the Future. Let us consider him for MTN Hitmaker. And so I want to be able to continue to do that in bigger ways, create platforms for myself that I can also share with the incoming generation. And so it has to be more than the music for me now.
Was there like a silence? It was quite quiet before the whole noise about Volta V. What was that all about?
I think that's something I've taken from my mother. My mother had a lot of wins in life without needing an audience. And so I like to move diligently and do my things. And so we were working, trying to regroup, trying to grow our garden behind the castle. And then once the roses are ready, we'll be able to serve. And sometimes artistically, you have to feel the timing is right. You will feel the timing is right with a lot of things. Your energy, the features, the sound you are looking for sonically. Because once you've been around for some time, you just don't want to do another record. You have hit songs. You have songs that inspire people. What is the next area you can tackle? And so once we felt ready, we are good to go.
Yes.
Yeah, we are really ready.
Nice one. Let's talk about the music. Who produced this banger?
So Volta V is produced by Fred Star. Fred Star is young talented producer in Accra, very, very talented, always records. He recorded Woes. Nana, if I'm right, he recorded Woes for me, has recorded a couple of songs, but he recorded Volta V, because for Volta V, I had the concept of even the beat in my head. I wanted something that was a 4/4-2, which is close to the rhythms of Agbaja,
Yes.
but also was not up-tempo and was leaning a little like when the elderly people are dancing at the wakekeeping. You know the slow Agbaja that they play at the wakekeeping?
Blow.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah.
And so I wanted that, and I wanted drums and snares that were really slapping, like with a lot of precision. And I also wanted a lot of music and chords and harmonies to the instrumentation. So once I told him the drop, boom, because I was driving to the apartment and I was hearing, so it's very choral, it's very, you know, and once I told him, he did it, and boom, we were in.
What was it like cooking that song in the studio?
So when we started, I was alone with Fred Star. Then the rest of my goons, for lack of a better word.
The squad.
Yeah, the squad was in the city, and they decided to pass through the studio, the apartment, to say hello. And once they came, usually, you know, creatives, I want to press play and see what everybody is feeling. Once I press play and the song dropped,
Then you know.
everybody went up, you know, and then immediately suggestions for who to feature was flying around. I think we should do this, but then as the artist, I took my time, and then I'm like, Enam and I were supposed to record during the COVID.
Really?
Yes.
What happened? Apart from COVID?
Apart from COVID, she was not available.
Okay.
And I found out later that she was really not available. And so I brought her back in the studio, and we made an amazing record that I think is going to stand the test of time.
This is the first time you're working with her on a project?
This is the first time we are working on a song.
Okay.
We've wanted to work for years. And usually I want to work with people on the right song, not just the feature. I want the song to be the right song, and I think that there's nobody better I could have come along with, because for me, I think that being around for some time, Enam for me is the queen of the land and the queen of the tribe. Yeah, musically.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it like with her, working with her in the studio?
So I let her be.
Okay.
Yeah, I let her be. She had headphones on, was in a trance trying to get her melodies in place.
Nice.
And then we were on some PlayStation somewhere, gaming in the apartment.
And she was alone in the studio?
No, she wasn't alone. People were hanging around.
Okay. But she was getting into her own trance?
Yeah, she was getting into her own space, and then
Wow.
she started humming, and then the melodies I like, that catch my attention, I'll tell her that I think you should go in that direction. She put the words to it, and I came from the foyer of the apartment, and she was done laying the vocals. So we did the whole thing in the same night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cooked.
And ready.
Abby.
Ebi mijo.
Vamidunu.
Midri kala kala.
Okay, disclosure time. I'm in the video.
Yes. So we recorded a song. Kafui is in the video. It was such an honor to reach out to people that inspire me in various ways. You inspire me, and I'll never forget the conversation where you told me, I was telling you about how stressful it is. I want to go to school. And so I saw a post on your Facebook.
Yes, when I finished my master's.
Right, when you finished your master's, yes. And then I called you up. I'm like, whoa, because I'm thinking to myself, I have too much on my plate. And then when I read what was on your plate before finishing your master's, I'm like, you know what? You're making excuses. But even back then, I still couldn't find the balance. It's like when you leave the gym for some time.
Yes.
you really need to psychologically reposition yourself. So that coupled with all the other things and conversations we have and we do, I'm like, team, this song is bigger than me in terms of what I want the song to speak to. And so it speaks to a lot of people who have inspired, who have motivated. And so let me bring in people to be a part of the video so that the next generation will have people that are their direct, for lack of a better word, predecessors, and say, hey, you know what? I know Kafui. He was the host of Who Wants to Be a Billionaire?
Yeah.
And he was on GTV. And he's from my region. I think I can also be that, you know, and then get some Mr. Meister,
Yes.
who is very good with digital marketing, get some
Coded.
who is also doing his thing. And so it came together, and aside that video set was one of my best video sets.
I loved it, man.
Yeah, I loved it. I had fun.
The car park in the
the car
Central.
park. Even just the conversation.
Yes, it was good.
And the ideas that people were sharing, it was amazing. So guys, Kafui is in the video. Be on the lookout.
Come you. If so, I loved it. I loved the experience. It was, and thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome.
To be part
You're
of
welcome.
something bigger than
You're welcome.
all of us.
All of us.
I can see links to tourism and brand. I mean, you're wearing a Volta V shirt, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I vex with you because I for bring one.
Yeah, you for send one too.
I go physically say I wear Volta V in my back. My name is the Kafui.
Yeah, we have to do that.
Yeah, man, I love it.
We have to do that.
I love it.
And to all the Volta Vs who are now hiding because you can't speak Ewe, you need to buy an Ewe dictionary. You know, when we're set, Mr. Meister was like, bro, you put the talk the thing. I don't know that.
Understand?
Yeah.
Make it come to see me. I wrote
Come
one
and see Kafui. Come and see Kafui.
It be so.
Yeah, so I think that the region is the closest tourism site to the capital.
Yeah.
Aside Cape Coast and Elmina, if I'm right. All other tourist sites will be about 5-hour drives, 6-hour drives. Maybe you're going to the north. And so I think it's important that we position the region for people to be attracted to come into the region. I also think that we're in a very huge information age, but people still find it difficult to get information. And so we also want to use Volta V and my position as a voice to also throw light on all the amazing things that are in the region that people can see, can experience. And I think one of the things I really want people to do is just visit the Volta region.
President Muhammad gave us some big shouts recently.
Big shouts.
Shout out to the president.
Yeah. Shouts to His Excellency. Just visit the region. What I mean is that sometimes the visit will even change your perception.
Truly.
You know, I took Reggie and Rab Bakari,
Yes.
God rest his soul,
Yes.
to Edem Fest in the region. And Rab was blown away because of the hospitality.
Yeah.
And so sometimes the visit will even make you get rid of preconceived notions you have, which we all go to other parts of Ghana and we have preconceived notions, and now you realize that the people are cool, the food is really nice. And so, guys, visit the Volta region.
Be so.
Courtesy Volta V.
Yeah. So this song is off your new project?
Yes, this song is actually, how do you call the child that opens the womb? The last one is Domlian.
There's a term for it.
Yeah, there's a term. I know the last one is Domlian.
Domlian is the last one, but yes, it opened the way.
Yeah,
like
the song
womb
is
opener or something.
Yeah, this song is the womb opener for the new album.
9 convention.
The ninth convention.
Yes. What's the significance of 9 convention?
9 is the month of birth. It's also the last number in the line of all the numbers. Even though there's 10, it's just a 1 and a 0. And so 9 symbolically means a rebirth, a new beginning. You would have gone a full circle and have a new start. 9 months is when we are due as human beings for childbirth. And so the 9th convention is a new beginning, the rebirth of the brand Edem, a new destination where it's more about legacy and opening doors and creating platforms and spaces that can enable younger artists to thrive. And so it's an exciting project ahead.
Plus another 9. So the region is also 9.
The region, yes, the region.
Episode number
Yeah,
9.
the region. And so I'm sure that we will definitely be releasing the full album in the 9th month.
Okay.
And I hope that the team makes us release it on the 9th day
of the 9th month.
Of the 9th month.
So
yes.
we'll look at 9926.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah. What's the how are we pushing the Volta V song? Is anything happening in the month of May?
Yeah, so for release, the team is taking me back to the region. I haven't done interviews on local radio in the region in a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think that it would also help enable these people on the stations to get a chance to sit down with me and do interviews. And so we will go into the region, promote the song, and I think we are doing 10 radio stations in 2 days.
Lord.
From the south to all the way to the middle belt.
Yeah.
And then we come back to Accra. So from Friday, we'll be in the region actively. I'm sure we'll even visit market spaces, just to really touch base with home, because I've been going, but when you go, it's usually for shows and come back. I really just want to go back home, spend time with my people in the region and promote the song. And I'm sure that it will be all over the socials. It will be on the digital stores. The video will be on YouTube. And then on the 23rd, which is a few weeks after the song, we will be doing the Edem X, which is my first concert in Accra. And we'll get to perform Volta V also with Herman in Accra for the first time.
That's a couple of days after your birthday, right?
Yes, a couple of days after my birthday, which is the 20th. We'll do Edem X at the East Garden in East Legon. And so when you're watching this, get your tickets, go on my page, and I'll see you guys at Edem X too.
Your Facebook is a busy place, man.
Very, very, very
I
busy.
get all the notifications, man.
Yeah, it's very busy.
Now I can see what you were doing because of Volta V.
Yeah.
You and Edem, you and Enam you announced it some time ago. I think when she had finished recording or something, you said something is cooking.
Yes.
So this is it.
Yes,
this is the meal.
Yeah, this is it. So we cooked around November last year. Yeah, and it took time for us to really, because even for the video, we had to take time. What kind of video would be ideal? How do we push the narrative where, and I was telling my team, if I randomly ask anybody in the studio that, where does a kebab seller come from? They'll mention a place. If I say somebody is a mason, they'll mention a place. And so sometimes, yes, it may be true, but it's also a stereotype.
Yes, it is.
Right? And so the team was like, you know what? Why don't we do a video that shows elegance of a group of Ewe people in a different light? So when we even posted the pictures, people are saying, Inke Jomi Davorabo.
They wanted us to wear cloth.
Inke Jomi Dotogbe now. And I'm like, that is cliche to who we are.
Togbe in his jumper and his big shorts,
and I mean,
his cloth.
It's played out.
With his towel on his shoulder. Papa.
Yeah, Papa. You know, so that's it.
Yeah. And so, just for the people to know, all the people in that video are not actors. These are people playing themselves.
Yes, everybody in the video is playing themselves. They just did amazing cameos. And big love and respect to everybody who made it to the set. All those who couldn't make it because they were caught up, who are texting me that, bro, you have to reshoot Giovanni.
Oh, Caleb.
Richard, the last guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
They missed out.
Yeah, they missed out.
But they can share the video.
Yeah,
Share the video. Share.
share the link. Upper hour, share the link.
What does it mean, Edem, to represent a people through your craft? What does it mean to you?
So back then, it meant just making my people proud. Now, it feels like a responsibility to make my people proud. And so I'm more intentional about it, and I feel that mandate is nothing to play with. That mandate makes me equally responsible for my actions, what I do, what I even say and not say, because I feel that those initiatives will become a blueprint long after I am gone. And it's important that once you are for lack of a better word, once you are the pioneer of things like that, you really have to, for lack of a better word, tread cautiously. And also, I feel now more than ever that I must begin to move into a space where it goes beyond just the music and even begin to do tangible things, both in the region and in the city, that can impact people more, that can probably create jobs and opportunities for young people from the region to thrive. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah. So it's like leadership, legacy.
Yes. It's leadership, it's legacy, it's also opportunity to mentor and guide people to also be a better version of themselves.
How do you build something that outlives charts and trends?
I think charts and trends are really not organic. They are really engineered. You can buy the views, and when I say buy the views, it doesn't mean it's illegitimate. There are illegitimate ways, but buy the views by getting people to influence the song and buy a social currency. I believe that the best way for things to become legacy is make sure they are as organic as possible. Make sure that they are very generic to who you are and your identity as an artist. Because I'll be very honest with you, I have songs that I have recorded, but after recording, I just know that it doesn't speak to my identity. And so I shelve it. And so you must be that intentional to only release songs that speak to your identity. And I think that long after you've gone, it will live on.
Those unreleased songs, are they on a special folder somewhere on your computer? All the songs that you've recorded that you haven't released?
Yes, they're on a special folder. Some are in my email. And sometimes you listen to them, but you also know that it's not every song that is meant to be released. Some are meant to just be kept because you are building something and you have to be intentional about every unit of brick that you put to it. Yeah.
Well, when you burst onto the scene many years ago, it was not just Edem, it was Edem. What was the decision to come with that identity, and when did you decide to drop the Igbe and just keep it Edem?
Yeah, so because I grew up as a hip-hop artist, the first thing we always do is to laugh at ourselves, because that's the best way to win rap battles. Whatever your opponent will use to disrespect you, you say it.
Before he even says it.
Before he even says it. And I think when you watch the movie 8 Mile by Eminem, that was what he did for his opponent. And so in the studio, Herman and I were like, you know what? This name that people take offense when they are called, let's use it.
What was your name before you entered the studio with Herman?
My name was Exodus from school.
Exodus. What's the history behind that name?
From
Bishop Herman?
Bishop Herman. Okay. So I am a big Bob Marley fan. Huge reggae Bob Marley fan. And when I was in Sakumono, there was a guy in the neighborhood called Exodus. He always used to dress fly. And dress fly means this guy will wear some basketball jersey with those Chicago Bull pants and wear some Adidas socks and slide and just be walking. So he was a cool guy. So I think his name was Exodus, and I'm like, you know what, this is a name I think I like. And also, I'm a big fan of Bob Marley's Exodus song. So I took Exodus, went to school with it, and so people used to call me EXO.
Movement of Ja people.
I tell you. But it was the Exodus without the E.
Okay.
So XSO.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it became a big name in school, big name in the region. But then for identity.
So did you record any songs under Exodus?
No.
No. Okay.
I right after I left school, no, I recorded songs under Exodus as demos.
Okay.
Back in Tema, when I was recording some song with Jay Foley. But then when I collided with Herman in 2003, I was just using Edem.
Okay.
And then Herman was like, we need to have that distinct separation.
Yeah, because there are a million and one.
Yeah, there are million
Edems.
and one Edems. And so let's use this and let's move with it. And so when we released the album, it went well. And I started getting exposure.
As Aigbe Edem.
As Aigbe Edem.
For those who don't understand the significance of the word Aigbe,
Yes.
educate them.
So I used to explain it very directly, right? But because it's oral history, I've seen people give me pieces of other information. And so I stand to be corrected. If there's something I say that is not, please don't hesitate to add on. But with what Uncle Sam Okujeto schooled me on, I understand that it's derogatory because it is a name that during a point in our history, something happened. And it was a story of a Ghana king and an Ewe king, and there was a situation of exile. I think not too long ago, Cyril was also explaining it to me. And so that moment in history is not something that I should champion because it gave birth to that name. And so when I had that understanding, I'm like, if I'm that big an ambassador of my identity and my region and the Ewe language, then I might as well use my position to educate people. So I dropped the name. But then when I dropped the name, I only dropped it on paper. The fans,
They still
everywhere I go, even up till date. And
till today.
Till today. Till today, people still call me Aigbe Edem. And so
Are you how do you feel about it?
I don't feel any type of way. I don't think that there's malice to it. I think that it is that identity of clarity that people want. They don't want to say Edem and then the person will say which Edem. And so I think that is the reason people want to go straight and say Aigbe Edem.
But how about your fans from the Volta region? Are they cool with it?
They call me Aigbe Edem.
So then we are cool.
Yeah, we are cool.
Everybody's cool.
Yeah, and now too, I was talking to the team that because of the digital space and how names can be mixed up, maybe you have a YouTube page called Kafui Dey, or let me say, just say Kafui. And then other people have channels called Kafui. So now that we're in a very connected space, maybe we have to introduce the name so that if you go in the digital stores, you wouldn't see other Edems and then be confused. And so they are debating it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about identity, man.
Yeah.
Yes. Before Volta V, when was the last time you released a song?
Before Volta V,
It's been a while.
we released We released Higher with Kiddy.
Okay.
We released We Don't Really Care. We released Mona Lisa. These were all Afrobeat singles.
Okay. Which year was this?
I think Kiddy was last 2 years.
Okay.
Last year. Kiddy was last year. Higher was last year with Kiddy. Mona Lisa was the previous year.
Was it intentional to like not release songs as often as you used to release back in the day?
Yes. It was intentional because we wanted to get other things right. You know, when you are an independent team and an artist, you have to, for lack of a better word, regroup and grow with the times. You also have to recreate the sound. And so for me, the music is the most important. And so we're trying to release, pace it out, but use that time to also put the album together. And so whilst we're doing this single releases, the album was in the works. And we still didn't want to totally deprive the fans of music. And so we release a single once a while. We released the Drip remix with Jim Jones, myself and Gambo in the US. I was there. We shot the video, the one with all the kente that we shot in New York. And so we're releasing singles, but then for an album, because it's a body of work, we needed to release the singles to sort of like keep the fans at bay.
Yeah. So are these singles on the 9 convention?
No.
No. So it's a whole body of work there.
It's a whole body of work. Nana, do you want to put Higher on the 9 convention? Yeah, it's a whole body of work that nobody has heard.
Okay.
Yeah, and new material.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great stuff. How does it feel, or I would rather say, what does it mean to be one of Ghana's like top tier lyricists? When they mention your name, they mention it with Sarkodie, they mention it with Manifest.
Yeah.
Top tier lyricist. How does that feel?
When you start, because you know you go through stages and then you also are growing in a space. So in the beginning, you want to continue to prove that, yeah, I'm a lyricist. Because once in a while, you want people to know, you want to assert your authority. Where I am now, I think that to some extent, I've done enough to prove that. And so the people are saying it because they know my repertoire.
Your back catalog.
Yeah, they know my back catalog. And so I just go in the studio, have fun, create, but it doesn't mean that I don't remind myself that the venom has to stay intact. And so I still make sure that I put it in there when need be.
How do you sharpen those lyrical chops?
I think because I've done it over and over again, for lack of a better word, it's become second nature.
Okay.
Because even when we are not releasing music, I'm recording. And when I say I'm recording, I'm literally in the studio every week. Or sometimes the team can set up a studio in an apartment for 2 weeks. And so I wake up in the morning and with the music.
You're working.
Yeah, I'm working. And when I'm not there, I'm on the road. I'm writing, and now we are not writing with pen, just putting ideas together. I'm freestyling over beats in my car when I'm driving. And so it's that constant practice to continue to be sharp. And because I am diverse with the music, when I feel like I need to work on a certain genre, I zone out from all, and for a month I tune into only that. So I can spend maybe a month listening to only dancehall if I'm preparing to go in the studio and do a dancehall song. Or if I'm to record a reggae album, that means I'll zone out and be listening to reggae. But usually when you are doing that, you might be experiencing some fluctuations with your rap. And so if I want to go to hip hop, I have to come back and listen to what's current, what kind of style and cadences are moving, and then I just equip myself.
If I were a young lyricist coming to the Edem Academy of Lyrics, what would be my first lesson?
So my first lesson to you would be timing. Having the ability to move to the syncopation or the metronome of any beat is your surest way to get away with any nonsense. Because even if the flow doesn't make sense, once
you're on time,
you might get the attention of either the dancer or the listener, because then it sounds appealing. And so usually the most difficult thing to get as a musician is the timing. And so if also if you don't have the timing, it's difficult for anybody to teach you the timing. And that is probably the reason why Yevopo was Agadamano Duduma. And I can't say it because you guys don't use AI to interpret this. Yeah, so you know that even from just not only the music, the dancing, if somebody is offbeat, it's very just difficult to teach them.
That's a money.
Yeah, so I think timing will be what you have to work on.
Okay.
Because you can be a shallow lyricist, you can be deep, you can be just a fan, but once your timing is good, you would be able to tier one. So if you're an artist out there, you're a creator, you're a dancer, make sure your timing is on point. Yeah, make sure your timing is on point all the time.
So timing is
timing is key.
It's time to talk about some of the tracks that you burst onto the scene with. Woto Mawoshi. They pass inside where they escape.
They pass inside where they escape. So Woto Mawoshi was 2006.
Okay. Was it like your breakout track?
It was my breakout track with Herman.
Okay.
That was the first single Herman ever produced.
How did you meet Herman?
I met Herman through my schoolmate called Method Ranking.
From B. Herman?
From Amazing Love all the way to... No, from Amazing Love. When I went to Bishop Herman, he was in Pope Jones.
Okay.
Right. So we were mates. Senam Dagby, shout outs to him. We were mates, went to school, came out of school. He was moving around as a dancehall artist. I was moving around as a rapper, dancehall artist. So one time he came to my home in Lashibi. He was like, bro, I have Herman number. I'm like, you have Herman? Because he knows I like Herman from when Paimoka came out and went primary. Because I'm the one who brought the cassette to school.
For real?
Yeah. I'm the one who brought Tiny's cassette to school. I'm the one who brought Padogo and everybody. And so, because they know, he was like, I have Herman's number. I'm like, you sure? He opens, shows me the number, says, but you know, go fee call. I'm like, why? It's like, because I call, the man say, who is this? Where I drop the call. Right? Say, the man say, who is this? Cut the call. So I say, okay.
Why you don't respond? Why you don't mention him?
SS boy, you come out of SS, you call Herman. You know, they call Herman and say, okay, give me the number. He gave me the number. And I called Herman in 2 weeks after I got the number.
What, you will share that with?
I was thinking of what to say. Right? What to say. Yeah. Because if they bounce my guy, whom am I? You know? And so I told Sister Cynthia, or Auntie Wendy, my big sister, my only big sister, that I need her to call Herman for me.
So you went through an agent?
I went to my sister. So because she's older, she was like, why can't I'm like, no, you call. So she calls Herman. Herman picks the call. She says her name is Wendy and the brother is an artist. He would like to come to the studio. And Herman was like, okay, no problem. Give the time. He'll be in the studio. She should bring me.
That was actually a good move you made, getting your sister to call for you, you know.
She should bring me.
Yeah.
So I'll never forget, there was a boutique in Sakumono called Nani's Boutique. And there's a basketball jersey there from this basketballer called something Anthony. Camelo. My sister went to buy the jersey for me, bought me a Dickies khaki pants. And I literally, when I was going to Herman the first time, I was wearing a red Converse, ankle high, when Sakumono, Lashibi. And so I went.
Fully branded.
Took a car, went, got down at Circle, walked by TV Africa, Audome,
Yes.
went to the studio. And I was seated outside from around 11 a.m. in the morning.
You alone?
Yes.
Yes.
I went alone. I think Herman came out around 4.
So you were there for like 5 hours?
Yeah, I was there for like 5 hours.
How are you passing the time?
Just sitting.
Were you seeing anybody come that you knew?
People coming in.
You knew some of them?
No.
Okay.
People coming in, I think he was recording or mixing some material.
So you sat there all the time?
I sat there the whole time.
You didn't go anywhere?
No, there were underground artists also coming around because I think usually people hear the word that Herman is around. So Herman comes out at 4 and it was like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm the one that my sister called. It's like, okay. I'm like, I want to be in his camp. I'm
Just like
talented. Yeah, I'm talented, but I think that if I get the right mentorship, I will be able to be better. Then he was like, okay, call me. Gives me his number. I was having this, there's this Samsung phone that had a round screen. The light is always blue, vibrates like crazy, you know. So he gave me the number and then I left because he was leaving the studio.
The same number that you already had from your friend?
Yes.
Okay, but of course he didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know. So I took it and I left. It was a com center era because it was my sister's phone I came with. So from that 2003, I would just randomly wake up, call Herman. And then if I'm lucky and he picks, he will say, come to the studio. So when he says that, I'll tell my sister, she'll give me money, I'll prepare. And Herman likes night sessions. So then I'll take a car, get down Spanner Junction, take another car, get down Circle, walk to the studio. If I read the studio and he's not around, then I'll try and find a comm center, call again, and then sometimes you say he's no longer coming to the studio. So usually if it's late, then I'll just sleep on the studio bench at Hash Hash. There's a bench in the lobby or by the wall, and then the next morning I walk back to Circle, take a car, and then I go home. So sometimes I get lucky, he'll be in the studio, and so you just be seated there. Tiny will come, Brafo will come, or Kra, all the last 2 artists. So 2003, 2004, I was going to the studio. I was just going to be there.
Not performing a single line?
No, Herman didn't hear me rap. He didn't hear me sing. He didn't say, come and sing for me to hear. I was just going to the studio. I'll be there.
What were you feeling inside? Because this is a year plus.
I was feeling fulfilled, being just in the space, right? I was feeling very, very fulfilled, just being in the space. And I feel that kind of consistency was needed because I know from following the last 2 music group that you would always be we've heard the stories, always be in the camp for a long time. People are ahead of you in the camp. They will have to like sort of give them access before you, you know, because it was Okra, it was all these other artists. And so 2004, I wanted to go back to school, do something whilst juggling the studio. So I went to Rabodef, Tommy and Forson's place. Then when I was in school, I wasn't frequent in the studio. So I was sitting at Basket on the block with my guys. We were listening to Radio Gold. And Herman was on radio with the next batch of artists from last 2. And he was done with a compilation called Sounds of Our Time. And he has released Kiss the Bride. I was like, shoot. I've missed the train. right? Because I was in school. So after that, I said, you know what? I have to get back and be in the space. So after radio school, looked for a job, went to TV3.
So you studied radio production?
Yes, I studied radio production, news presentation, PC DJ. My PC DJ teacher was Sammy Forsen.
For real?
He has come from Kumasi. He was working around there. And then I was in class with DJ Mensa.
Yeah?
He was also in Rabudem.
You can actually start your own podcast, man. You're trained.
Oh. And you know, Sammy trained us. Tommy trained us.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Tommy. And then I went to Choice. They said I needed to go and practice more. There's no opportunity because radio was full.
Yes, it was full.
Radio was full. I went to TV3.
Mm-hmm.
I think they wanted some people for a show that Wolfman and Caroline were on. And I think they were going to replace Isopele back then. And then I also went to TV3 because they were looking for newscasters.
You were going to read the news.
And I think, was it Bosompim?
Yeah? Yes.
Bosompim.
Yes.
So I went, he was the one, I read the news. He said, young man, do you have a degree? I said, no. He said, but you read so well. And so go back to school. When you're done with your degree, come and look for me. I'll give you a job.
Give me your news voice, man.
I don't have a news voice. I don't have a news voice.
Read the script for me. This is the news.
This is the news.
Yes.
So let me try this.
Yes, indeed.
Before we dive in, a quick thank you to the space that makes conversations like this possible. We are recording today at BGL Recording Studio, your ultimate hub for content creation. Whether you're looking to produce a podcast, record an audiobook, or get high-quality voice-overs done, BGL offers a professional setup, excellent sound, and very affordable rates. If you're serious about your content, this is where you need to be. You'll find them at the Old Brigade Street, just behind the 37 Military Hospital, or read them on 0249 204 73.
Man, you sound really good, man. Honestly speaking, you would have been a great newscaster. Shout out to Tommy and
Good training. And so I left.
So TV3 didn't give you the job. They said you go to school.
Yeah, they said I should get my degree and come back, right?
What had that got to do with you reading the news?
I don't know.
When you can already read the news.
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I'm sure it was a requirement.
I don't understand. If the man is talented, they can read the news. Give him a chance. While he's there, he can go to school.
Yeah, so I left and then I went back to the studio.
Okay.
So 2004, 2005, 2006 was when Herman was ready to record another compilation.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to his home in Medina because I was so frequent in the studio. He knows me by face.
Yes.
He will now pick my call and I know his house. I go. But when I go, I don't go inside. I sit at the gate.
Still, he never heard you sing or rap? Nothing?
By 2004? No, he didn't hear me. Hammer heard me in 2006.
And your first time you met him was what, 2003?
I called Hammer in 2003. So I'll go by the house. I'll wait until he comes out. Because usually he's doing night sessions in the studio. So that means in the day he'll be resting.
Mm.
And so he comes out. He'll be like, you are here? I'm like, yeah. He'll sit on the stone, take a cigar, and then talk to you. And the conversations will be about hip hop, music, timing, what to do, what not to do. And then one time in 2006, and in the early part, I was in a group of 3.
Called?
We were called Bleu.
Okay.
But post that in school, we were the Ringmasters.
And that's when you were still Exodus?
Yes.
Okay.
But after school, I had a group we were called Bleu. It was myself, Paradise, and Osebo. So Osebo was rapping Chi. Paradise was doing the dancehall. I was doing the English and Ewe. Right. But when we met Hammer, Osebo was out of the picture. And so Paradise and I went to Hammer. Because I was in Accra, he was in a region. But when Hammer said I should come over because he was doing recruitment for the compilation in 06, he wants to check us out. I called Paradise. Mm-hmm. I'm like, we have to go. Mm-hmm. We go. And Herman allows us into his hall. It's like, rap.
Just like that.
Yeah, he said, so he dropped a beat. And he said, and it was the Wotome beat.
Ah.
No, it wasn't the Wotome beat. He dropped any of his beats. He said, we should rap. So Paradise went first. Started rapping. And Herman was like, okay, you rap. And I told Herman that, boss, that is my rap. Because what Paradise was rapping was a verse I wrote. But because there was so much anxiety, once Herman said go, and we were a group, so he knows my verse, I know his verse. He started rapping my verse. So Herman said, what do you mean that it's your verse? I said, I wrote it. He said, okay, rap the same thing.
Yeah.
So he replayed the beat.
If it's your verse.
I rapped the same thing. He said, it's your verse. Your breaks and your precision are more precise. So both of you should come to the studio tonight.
What, can you remember the verse?
No.
What language is it though?
It was in a verse.
Okay.
It was in a verse. Because Paradise and I, once I started going to Hash Hash, I figured I have to do more ever.
Yes.
Because I saw people representing their identity. Akan,
Yeah.
you know, and Herman was also encouraging
Identity.
that identity. And so the same evening Herman called us. We went and we were so many in the studio. So many because apparently people had heard he was going to recruit. But that night that we were going was the night Paradise also had admission to St. Francis Training College and was due to go back to the Volta region.
To be a teacher one day.
To be a teacher one day. So we went, we rapped for Herman, and Herman said, you're a solo artist. You're not supposed to be in a group.
To you.
To me, you're a solo artist. However, I'll let you be the main guy and I'll let Paradise get a verse. But then Paradise was called by his parents. So he left Accra the next day back to the region to get ready and go to school. So 2006 was when Herman heard me for the first time. And then he started putting together the compilation called The Lost Files. Because he said those of us he discovered after the compilation, he discovered us that we are so talented, but he didn't pay attention.
So you were the Lost Files?
Yeah, so we were the Lost Files. and some of the files from his beats that he could have used for the previous compilation. So we got to work, and Herman took a liking to me because I had a verse for every beat he would play. And Herman was more inspired by rap. Just like how pianists are inspired by melodies, he was inspired by rap. So usually when he produces a beat, the skeleton, he will want you to rap over it. That inspires him to
Add on. Color it.
Yeah, so I became his poster boy for, I have a beat, come. And I would always be writing. I'll always be writing. So when we released The Lost Files, it wasn't successful because music was transitioning from all the people who used to buy records, moving to contemporary high life, because I think Ofori and Samini were the big names then. And so nobody was willing to buy the album of Herman. And so Herman promoted it for some time. And my song wasn't one of the lead singles.
Was that what it was on that compilation?
It was on the Crusade of the Lost Files. So the album didn't go far. They didn't get publicity. And so there was not too much light. Like The Kiss the Bride, which became big, and Caucasus or Your Nonsense became big off the compilation. So they took off. When that happened, it gave me presence back home. People took the song, and before I knew it, nobody knew the song, but I was getting calls back home. Like, yo, your song is so big. In Georgia, in Akachi, in Ho, in Kokwe, this is what everybody. is talking about.
What is What's the message in that song?
The message in the song is people came before us, but our presence is why they run. So it's coming from a hip hop battle oriented, like, yeah, you are ahead of me, but, or yeah, you came before me. But so it says, Udongo wo get them mi get them she. Oh ba nyada nyada jo nyada nyada jo nyada nyada jo. Ngodo vu manya shivo. O toma mi toma woshi. Devi antovo. Then I use the group name. Blauvado na koga. Bana nyada jojo. O toma mi toma woshi. Devi antovo. Blauvado na koga. Bana nyada jojo. Kapopola da bajantana fo. Na makwasoma no jaluko popo. Ebo fondi ada bama yi hamagbo. The madu bama yi agagbo. 5,000 Koesu so Ejofo. I can't remember the.
They don't really denominate the money yet. 5,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was that kind of approach. And so when it came out, the entire region was like, this is it, because I became the first artist from the region to really go to Herman's camp and sort of like just give them something that could resonate. And all this time that I was with Herman, I was already performing in the region, going to all the venues, doing demos and rapping over instrumentals. People know me as Exodus, who used to rap in the region, rap in Accra. And so, boom, but there was no real light on me. Then I visited Herman. I'll put you in trouble. Then I visited Herman late part of 2006 at home. And by that time, I could go to his hall, sit down. You know, he had DSTV, MTV Base, you know, Channel O, and then we'll talk. And then he said, he just came back from the studio. He's working on, I Believe I Can Fly remix, because the original was out. He was working on the remix of the song. But do I have a flow? Herman always wants to listen to new flow. He presses play, and I have a verse, 2 verses. And I laid a verse, and he said, Ghana is ready for you. I'm going to record your album. I thought it was a joke. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, to myself in my head, Godfather said, go record my album, like, in my head, right?
But when you think like that in your head, what language do you speak?
I don't remember. You know, but I was super excited, but composed, because I had mixed feelings, because, you know, it's difficult for Herman to say he'll record you.
Yeah, 3 years old, you mean?
Yeah, and aside that, there are people who have gone through, there's
in the queue.
Okra, there's Motia, there are people, there's Tiny there that came out, and so. But then I also didn't have enough money to go back home and then go from the house to the studio, because the studio is a circle. I'm living somewhere in Spintex, Bachona, Basket, thereabout. So I moved from Herman's place in Medina and I went to Kotobabi.
Okay, it's closer to Circle.
It's closer to Circle. I went to Senanu, who is my school father from Bishop Herman. I'm like, Herman wants to record me. He said he's going to record my album. And the thing is that everybody I told didn't believe it, because Herman won't record you. He'll do another compilation. You know, it's not going to happen. And for the first time in my life, 11 p.m. since 2003, I got a call from Herman to me, my phone. Right? I'm there, my phone is ringing around 11. Then Mafia went to buy needle, put it in a car, put water, added sugar, because I didn't have enough money, drank it, was on standby for Herman. The call came. Herman was like, I'm in the studio, come.
That's all.
That's all. I left, I went to the studio, and we recorded 2 songs in the night. The first song was titled They Say, which is, so if you go back and you listen to that song, you see elements of I Believe I Can Fly in there, because I think Herman didn't go on to do the remix of I Believe I Can Fly. Then I recorded a second song called Emresesa, which features tuba of the Volta Regime, the same night. Then Herman said, no, the kind of energy I have and how I'm spontaneously creating choruses to beats, I should know that he's going to record the album. So from that night, we went back to the studio for 2 years, which is from
6.
late 2006. So let me say 2007, we were recording the album, 2008, and I officially came out in 2009.
Volta Regime?
Yes. So we're recording. Herman will call me, I'll go to the studio, record. And he told me not to tell anybody. So my sister knew about it. I'll just go to the studio. When we were almost done to a point, that was when he started bringing in features. So I'll be in the studio and then Obrafo will come. I'll be in the studio, Koene will come. Because I think Koene was working with Koene, and JQ was also in the same studio. I'll be in the studio, Samini will come. And so once the album took shape, he will talk to them for features, he will play the work, and everybody was blown away by what we were doing in the studio. So somewhere late 2007 was when we recorded You Dey Craze. The early part, late 2007, recorded You Dey Craze, and then I think John Legend was coming into Ghana to perform at the Independence Square. And then Herman called me that Creative Storm, and Regis was the one doing the production. And so I'm the opener for the show.
John Legend.
John Legend.
The third John Legend.
Yeah, the same John Legend. And Luciano, yes, they were the lead, or they were the headliners, John Legend and Luciano. So I couldn't believe it. And we got ready, we went, I performed, and we performed only one song for the opener.
What song did you perform?
You Dey Craze.
Okay.
It wasn't out. Even the trumpet, pum, 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 wasn't on there. And so we performed it and we got a good feedback. Just when we left, Herman was like, there's something missing. We need to lead this song with a powerful trumpet that when he calls, everybody will just get
respond.
So him and I were seated in East Legon, his home at East Legon. And then he was playing the thing, and then he was like, pum, 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 pum. And originally, there was no, there was no, it was just Bouger, Bouger, right? So once he started singing the trumpet, he was like, go home, prepare, come to the studio tonight, and come with a hook that is so simple and catchy, because we have the main frame of the song, we have the hardcore chorus, but we need something that everybody can vibe with. And I think around that time, Car Millionaire had released a song called They See Me Rolling. So when I got to Basket Junction, I sat in the trotro, and the trotro was driving. I'm like, it would really be cool to sing a hook that is like a 50 Cent, very laid back, low tone, and then it hit me. So I just went, so I kept repeating it because there was noise in the throat. I don't want to forget. I was repeating.
Your phone off you record. Your phone off you record.
I don't get phone.
Oh, Charlie.
That phone, no, it be this. Sorry, that phone be this. It wasn't even infrared.
Oh, Charlie.
It was polyphonic at least.
At least.
And so I was singing under my breath, go down, because usually you get down on the mall side, cross the Spanner Junction, singing, and then I got to the studio. Herman opened the beat, I sang, it was like perfect. and then he added the horn.
Yeah.
And he said my verse was dope, but I should change it. And then I wrote a second verse for You Craze, Murder, Edem, and he was like, this is it. And then around the time, Kwakesi came, and Kwakesi threw in a verse. Ruth was always in the studio with us because she was the main backing vocalist for most of the records. And boom, the song was done. And so we looked for help to put the album out for another year, which was the entire 2008. And Herman got some funding, put it in the album. I also spoke to a schoolmate of mine who was in Amazing Love with me, called John Doe Williams. And he brought money for us to put out the debut album.
That's the story of Volta Regime.
Yeah, that's the story of Volta Regime.
Why was it called Volta Regime?
So the original title was the Order of the Volta.
Like the national order.
The national order, because we're thinking that's the highest order. And then when we were going through, we're like, you know what you're doing is actually a coup. It's actually a very rebellious way of saying, hey, you guys, you need to pay attention to the Ewe language. You need to pay attention that you can use any language to also thrive. And so what you're doing is also sort of like a takeover. And so it will be good that you say that this is your regime, this is your reign, this is your era. And then that gave birth to Volta Regime. Then that also gave birth to my label, Volta Regime Music Group.
That's it.
Yeah.
Does Herman understand Ewe?
No. So in the beginning, Herman would let me record, and then he would go to a place called Uncle Jerry's in East Legon, play the song for people who speak Ewe there, and ask them, is this boy really making sense? Or he's just saying gibberish?
Smart guy, man.
Yeah, it's really making sense. And then over time, the people would tell him, some of the things he's saying is too deep, and some of the Ewe he's speaking is so, and then they'll tell him he's saying some intelligent stuff and very deep stuff and very important stuff. So once he built his belief for me, the rest was
more fire.
Yeah, more fire. And then the only thing is, he wants you to rap with your people in mind, but also rap for people who don't understand.
Exactly.
To also be blown away.
So how did you do that?
I think it was a combination of messaging, cadence, and wordplay, right?
Cadence is like the rhythm of
the rhythm and how you just move on the beat, and also wordplay, because I'm always excited about moving from murder to header. I'm excited when I can find a word in Ewe
which can also sound like something in English. Which can rhyme.
And or it makes sense. Or maybe I'm doing a verse and I say, Jack, menye meleze, alo no kerosene. I'm always excited about that. So continuously I was perfecting that and putting it together. And I think it comes from just having big love for Eminem and how he plays with words. So Herman loved it, and then it was just one song after the other. And then with time, he also discovered that I could sing and do my own harmonies, and that excited him, because you don't find a lot of rappers
who can also sing,
who can also do like harmonies and just so he'd be like, sing the chorus yourself. The Nyonu they sing it, the Boucher sing it yourself, Manya Woko sing it yourself, and then we moved on, and then Volta Regime came out, and then we hit the road.
What does Herman mean to you?
He's like, to me, he's my Dr. Dre. He's my Dr. Dre because he's been able to instill in you. So Herman sees what you don't see 10 years down the line. So we're in the studio, and Herman is the guy who is letting you know that, Charlie, when Busta Rhymes see you, he go feel you. And you are not seeing it. And so he will groom you, he will guide you, and he will make you have that self-belief. And also, for lack of a better way, he will harness parts of your strength that you have to focus on. You know, and so for me, he's the godfather of my career. Yeah.
Let's look up some of the songs on that Volta Regime. Koene.
No, so
Koene wasn't on it.
No.
Which were the songs on Volta Regime?
You the Craze, which is Bouger, or people call it Keva. It has 3 titles.
Why?
Because I started the chorus by saying Bouger, which is a French word which means move.
Move.
Right? Then when I sang the hook, which is Kava, 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 Nava, Wenemiako, and then Manche came in with the voiceovers, and then he goes like, you're just going to stand, you the craze, Charlie. So some people remember the song as You the Craze. Some people remember it as Bouger in Lome. Always remember it as Keva.
That's it. What's the difference between a hook and a chorus?
So for Bouger, the hook will be Miawe Waniafi Wato. It is sort of like that refrain that comes repeatedly.
Okay. But don't choruses also come repeatedly?
Yeah, they also come repeatedly. But for rappers, when we do the rap part, which is Bouger, we feel it's not main. And so you still have to do that hook that people can remember easily to sing.
You just want to program us. So we will be remembering different parts of the song, man. it's just a programming, man. You guys just want to program us, man. So some of the songs, I want to talk about some of them.
Volta is on Volta Regime, which was the 3rd single. Brought from a featuring Tiny.
Yes.
Was also on Volta Regime.
Loloto.
Which features EL, which people don't know. So EL was the one who sang 789. You can tell I'm from the Volta.
Okay.
And I do it for my culture, for my sons and my daughters. That's EL on there. He wasn't out then.
No. But he was called EL then.
Yeah, he was called EL then.
Yes.
And then Jeremy Van Gachon was on the intro.
The presenter?
Yeah, was on the intro of narrating the story.
Yes.
Of how the Ebes escaped from Agokoli on Volta Regime.
Nice. That was Jeremy.
Yeah, and then I have Asem on Dafo Tome.
Yes.
I have Sarkodie on You the Craze. I have Sarkodie on Give It Up. Also, the unreleased songs on the album, I had Obo on the album. It didn't make it to Volta Regime. I had Kinaisoba, that didn't make it to Volta Regime.
Oh, wow.
I had Dr. Crime, that didn't make it. I had Brothers, that song also didn't make it to the car.
Where are those songs?
Hammer, where are those songs?
Before they ask Hammer.
Yeah.
Man, the unreleased files. Oh.
Yeah,
these are not lost files. These are the unreleased files.
Unreleased files.
What did that album mean to you when you look back at it now?
Foundation, like it really just gave me that platform to be able to walk into rooms, and it's not as easy as it sounds now, because I'll tell you, I remember I was seated with Herman when we were doing the project, and one of the things he said was, your sister will be proud of you. And really and truly, when the album came out, my sister was proud, because let's bear in mind, I go out, come back, but my sister didn't used to hear the music.
This is Wendy who called. She's the one who called Hammer.
Yes.
And got you to.
She didn't used to hear the music, because back then you don't take the music home. So, and you can't record it on the phone, because there was no phone to record it. So I only go home and tell my sister I recorded a song.
No evidence.
I only go, no evidence. I only go home and tell her we're recording an album. So it was up until the album came out that she also had access. So Volta Regime means a lot to me, means a lot to my people. And so it's a significant album as the bedrock of my career.
You grew up in Togo too?
Big time. Big time. In 2009.
So you went international with your first album.
I was at Palais des Congrès to perform, and I was blown away by the reception, because I didn't know we had crossed over that big, and I think that was when my relationship with Tufan started, and I built an amazing relationship in Togo with all the artists from Etan, to Tufan, to Master Popa, to the guy Santrinos, and it's been awesome. Yeah.
You said that Herman was like a very forward-looking person. You reckon that because I think you were a pioneer of hip hop in Ewe, so you kind of opened the way. You stood out because it was different.
Yeah,
Would you
I
say?
stood out because it was different, and I always give reference to Chicago, right? Because I remember I was in Amazing Love, and there was a place called Moyawe Beach in Denu. And I was on my bunk bed, and I think it was V103. Those people that played
The Spinners?
the Spinners, right? They said Exdo and Chicago, or no, they said Chicago is coming to Denu to perform. Of course, we all heard Davi Medekuku.
Yes.
But I was on my bed in Amazing Love, and all I could hear was the waves of the sea carrying the bass line of that song. Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun.
and I was on my bed and I'm like, and Davi Medekuku. So
yeah,
there was an impression that left with me that wow, this guy is actually rapping in Ewe and it's hip hop and it's really cool. You know, when I look back at it in a very subconscious way, you know, but even though I opened the door with like an album and take it on, I think that contributed.
Yes.
Chicago contributed in a way for me to see that it's something that you can do, because I was in stage 6 or GSS 1 when he came to perform. And so yes, Hammer was a very forward thinking person.
He was.
And he helped a big deal.
Did you ever meet Chicago?
Yes. And I speak to him from time to time.
Where is he?
I think we spoke, I think the last time we spoke, I wanted him to be the surprise opener for Edem Fest in Ho.
Yes.
And so I spoke to him and I told him that I would be honored if we can do a remix of Davi Menekuku where I have a surprise verse.
Wow.
Right? But we will not release it digitally. We would only perform it at shows. So if you don't come to the shows,
You no go here.
You know go here. And so I spoke to him, but time and everything and we couldn't do it. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to do a remix of Davi Menekuku.
That would be awesome, man.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Shoot a really cool video for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put it out.
Maybe so. Let's rewind all the way to the beginning, man.
Yeah.
So you were born in Georgia.
I was born in Georgia,
Okay.
St. Anthony's Hospital.
Okay.
But because my mom was a teacher in Georgia for 20 years. And so part of my growing up, I was in Georgia. She comes from Jopi, which is in the Agotime Jopi constituency. My dad comes from Jogaji, which is in Abo. And so my dad is from Abo, my mom is from Jopi. But my mom gave birth to me at St. Anthony's Hospital.
In Georgia.
And then along the line, she left Georgia and was teaching in Aflao, so I had to move with her to Aflao.
Where are your earliest memories from? Which part of the Volta Regime?
My memories are Georgia and Aflao.
Okay. What was Georgia like? What do you remember? What do you remember from Georgia?
Georgia, I remember all my childhood going to RC, following my mother to school, because she was teaching in the school. I didn't start Amazing Love then. And so I'll follow her to school. She was teaching class 2. You know, you teach all the subjects.
Yes.
So you take a class and you're doing all the subjects. And we usually walk from Tochani, pass through Jeshima, and then we'll go to her school. And the school also always comes with the Catholic Church.
Yes.
And so because she was Catholic,
I see now. Roman Catholic.
Yeah, we go, and then down Tochani is Kaima, and behind us is the St. Anthony's Hospital, where we go to fetch water. And so all my childhood friends, Louise and Precious, who I call Senna Nudagba, who I later met in Amazing Love, Raymond, Martin, who is now a lawyer, and then there was Anzami, who is Mr. Tidepe, whose children I became friends with. Then there was the Young family, Mr. Young, who is like, I think they were light skinned, even though they are Ebers. I think they have this cross, half cold blood, but it was only their house that had the only Yevumango in the whole community. And so we find ourselves always waiting by the wall for this Salomango, what people call it Salomango, to drop. So my memories were amazing. And then Aflao, I grew up around a place called Africana House. Later, my mom moved to Second Locals. So myself and the Okuja Toes and will be at Tezako, Ipikema. And so I have very vivid memories of these two places.
Joja and Aflao.
Joja and Aflao. And then for my dad's side, because he was in law school in the early stages of my life, we were in Accra, Newtown. And in Accra, Newtown, we lived in a place called Apegame, which had about, if I may not be wrong, about 13 chamber and halls in one compound.
Well, it's called Apelgame now.
Yeah.
The big house.
Yeah.
Inside the big house.
It's a big house made up of Muslims, Ebers, Guans, Akans. And we're about 21 children in the house because everybody has a kid. And so my memories there were beautiful.
Languages?
I'm the only one who can speak Hausa from that house. All the people I grew up with, Agbeshi, Sape, Tonam, Jojo, all my boys from there. But it is because my dad took me to Amazing Love, and it was a boarding house. And so I didn't spend time. And then when I come back on holidays, boarding house has a way of making you become very secluded. Because you feel like now you are
I've stepped up.
Yeah, some kind of. So I will be indoors or maybe stay in Aflao for the midterms. And so my memory in Newtown was very vivid. We'll come through Silence Hotel, go to Pehe, the Catholic Church, or come to Guzi Guzi, where there used to be a very old Apple jackpot machine that you put a coin, and then we'll go to Aveno to go and look for copper so that you can sell it and then buy some Lamborghini and watch Indian film and be able to pay for. So
you're in the scrap business at an early time?
I was in the scrap business because when you get your scrap and you wait, that is how you get to pay for the bike. Because if you have to hide a bike and ride it, you have to do that. And so Accra Newtown was fun until I lost my dad. And then I had to move to Sakomono to be in my uncle's house and so on and so forth.
What happened with your dad?
So before I lost my dad, when he got appointed as a magistrate, he was moved to the Volta Regime. So he became a magistrate presiding over the Peki, the Pando, and the Hokwe court. Initially, he was presiding over KJB court and Hokwe. Then he was moved to Pando, Peki, and Hokwe. So he was juggling, and because he was juggling, he wanted stability for me.
Yes.
So I was in Sakumono with my cousin Patience and Uncle Moses and the family. But it was my final year of Bishop Herman that he passed away. He, in the early stages of his life, suffered jaundice.
Okay.
As I've been told, because I was little. And then when he recovered, he struggled with diabetes. So for a long time, I remember very vividly, I was little when I Accra Newtown. He wake up in the morning, I think he would be injecting his tie.
Yes, yeah.
I remember very well. He would be in his Whitechapel white pants, and he would be injecting his tie with, I think, insulin.
Yes.
He always has it. And sometimes you put something on his arm to check. And so I think that it was the pressure from the BP that got him, because he died when he was 53.
I was young.
I think, yeah, 53.
Were you in school when he passed?
I was in school.
So who told you?
So I was called to come to the bungalow because he lived in a bungalow in Pando, where he's in KJB. He also has a bungalow there because of his position as the presiding magistrate. So they called me to the house and they told me. But I think I didn't know the magnitude of the loss.
They told you he died?
Yeah, they told me that my dad is not well. He's in a hospital. He's at Margaret Marquardt Hospital. And so I'll have to come home for a few days. So I went back to school. It was on a Saturday. Because the bungalow is not too far from Bishop Herman. I went back to school and then I came home and then, you know, the signs.
You saw the signs?
I saw the signs of people being in, but I didn't really.
The dark clothing.
Yeah, the dark clothing and everything. But because I was in my mock week and going to write my SSC, when they broke the news, my sister came around. They said I should immediately go back to school because I have to write. I shouldn't worry. I should go back to school and focus. So I was in school, finished my mock, and I was only taken to the funeral. And just when he was buried, I was brought back to school because we're getting ready to write the SSC. So I was just being guided, focus, here and there. But I think looking back, I managed that well because of the loss of my mother.
Your mother died before your father?
My mother died when I was 13 going 14, when we were going to write our BC. That was when I lost my mom. And I'll never forget, I was in Amazing Love and Auntie Benedicta came.
I mean, Amazing Love was like a preparatory school?
Yes. So I was in GSS.
In which part of Ghana?
Denu.
In Denu? Okay.
Yeah, but the GSS was in Toko.
Okay.
So Auntie Benedicta came by the school. She came to visit, came to speak to Mr. Godo that I've lost my mom. But the thing is that I went to town 2 weeks prior to this information. And somebody in the market randomly said, "Oh, Masaba Daoku."
I've heard that your mother has died.
I've heard that your mother has died. But I heard it in passing. I took it with a pinch of salt. Right. Not knowing she had passed. But they wanted a family member to convey the information.
So why was she telling you that news?
I don't know. This is what Sabelos they do.
Yes.
Oh, that's not how
it's Sabelo. It's correct.
You say information.
No, they concern you.
And I'll use this platform to say, those of you that when people pass away, you start calling their colleagues in America. Stop it.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. So 13, 14, I'm like, so I go back to school. So Auntie Benedicta comes. And it was very, very painful because my mom is my favorite person ever. So she comes to me, tells the headmaster. They call me. She walks me. And as we are walking, they allowed me to go out with her to the road.
This is a day school, right?
No.
So, JSS was also boarding?
Yeah, I've been in the boarding house from when I was 8. I've been in the boarding house from kindergarten my entire life. Amazing Life is a boarding school in Denu. So I've been in the boarding house from K1, K2. I went to stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, stage 5, stage 6, GSS 1, GSS 2, GSS 3, Bishop Herman boarding house.
Why?
I loved it. I think we should all send our kids to the
boarding house.
Yeah.
Kindergarten boarding house.
Yeah, kindergarten.
At the age of 3 or something?
No, so Amazing Life
4
will take you from around 5, 6.
5.
Yeah.
It's still young, man.
Yeah, they will take you. And I think later they had a Montessori there.
Full boarding house?
Yeah, full boarding house. So Auntie Benedict, she started talking, I shouldn't worry. All the pet talks, I still didn't get it.
And she still hadn't told you?
That the family is there for me. She's my auntie, everybody's there. So, and then she told me that my mother is no more. Right? And she calls her Tete. She says Tete And when I took her to the road. She gave me some money. So it was heavy for me to walk from the road back to the school alone. So I walked from the road to the school and I went straight to the washroom. And I cried. I was crying. And our Amazing Love washroom shares a boundary with a female washroom. So there was another girl in there who overheard, right? So I think she waited. So just when I was coming out, she came to me and she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "My mom passed away," and I started crying. So I think the headmaster came to my class, came to talk to them that they need to give this young man support.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're getting ready to write the BEC, it was a little crazy. So the headmaster told somebody in the school to escort me to my mom's funeral. So they took me to Jopi. We went to Hongo. I was there. And they didn't take me a day before. They took me on the day they were going to bring the body. So I went on the day they were bringing the body, and I was there. And then my mom's body came. They laid her in state. People were talking to me. You have to be strong. You have exam coming up. You have to be focused, all that kind of thing. And once they put her in the ground, I was on my way back to school. So I went back to the boarding house, and then we wrote the exam, right? Honestly, the pain only came properly during COVID, when I recorded Mood Swings, because I really just shut out because of the way everybody goes. Like, you are writing exam, be focused, you have a life ahead of you. So I didn't find time to process my emotions. I was just dealing with the pain. And then when I finished and I left and I came to Sakumono, I would always have crisis where I would break down, and my sister was there. I'll tell her, when is mommy coming back? I will break down. And so she was doing everything to make sure that I'm okay, because he's literally like my mother in Accra. My dad was out there in the region working. When he's in Accra, he comes to Accra High Street, he's coming to the High Court. I'll go and meet him. So my mom's death was probably the most painful episode of my life as a child. And I think because that pain was so excruciating, when my dad died, it was equally painful. But it's as if I've been dealt a blow that is more severe. And so, and it just feels like, you know what, this is the path that God has put you on. And so I didn't get to experience them beyond like a more manly year of my life. You know, I just have the memories.
Because you're still a teenager.
Yes.
You were how old when your mother died?
13 going 14.
And then your father?
16 going 17.
It's like a 3-4 year gap.
Yes, 3 year gap.
3 year gap.
Yeah, it was a 3 year gap. It was a 3 year gap between my mom and my dad. Yeah.
How did people's relationship to you change with the passing of both of your parents?
So I think that I didn't have people reaching out to me. All the support that people sounded like they were going to give in terms of you can count on me, sort of like vanished into thin air.
Mm-hmm.
You know, relatives that were at the funeral hoping, say, we could pay your fees, we can support you, and so on and so forth,
Mm-hmm.
all sort of like withered away. I remember there were some problems where my sister and I had to go to Akachi because some people were trying to take over his land,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and so on and so forth. Some of his land in this place on the way to Akosombo, what's it called? Starts with K. Boom.
Okay.
You know, and all of that. But I was little, and so my bigger sister was the one who was always in the forefront.
All right.
But she equally wasn't that grown to be able to face all these battles.
So it's been more than 20 years since your mom passed. When you look back, what do you think you learned from her?
So one of the things I said earlier was my mom achieved a lot of things without needing an audience. And most of those things were things that money couldn't buy. Integrity, honesty, just being grounded. She was that kind of person, very diligent through life. And I think those are the qualities that I remember. There's one thing she always used to do. You know, teachers take pride in putting one red pen and one blue pen at the top pocket of their... So she would always drop the pen and tell me to stand and pick it. And then if I'm not able to, she would tell me I should bend and pick it. And when I do, she would tell me that if you
don't humble yourself?
If you don't humble yourself, you'll not be able to access anything. And so you have to go down. Literally, you have to humble yourself. And that was one of the things I remember. And just how she never told me she loved me with her mouth, but I could tell from all the things she used to do for me. So beautiful memories. And my sister also says the same. And for my dad too. But the interesting thing about my dad is I didn't know he was a musician.
You didn't?
I only found out 3 years ago.
Just 3 years ago? What kind of music was he connected with?
So when I found out, then I remember that in Accra Newtown, when we are going to church, he will be humming hymns when he's ironing. Right? Not knowing, he used to teach music at Logba. And also used to sing in a choir. But I only found out because when he passed away, my uncle in Sakomono was in America. And we didn't have a lot of communication. So when I went to the US 3 years ago, he came by my cousin's house, which is his daughter. And then I was asking him, he was like, he's really proud of me. And he can't believe that I've taken after my father. I'm like, no. Every time I go for interviews, they ask me, does music run in your family? I say no. Because I don't know anybody in my family who does the same thing. It was like, no. Your dad used to sing. And even your great-grandfather from Jogaje was a known person who used to do music. So then I'm like, okay, I think I'm walking in purpose then.
Maybe so.
Yeah, yeah.
He gave you the name Denning?
Yes, my dad gave me the name Denning after an English constitutional writer.
Really?
And my mom gave me Anthony after the Saint Anthony of Padua, who was a saint from Padua. So my mom wanted me to be a saint. My dad wanted me to be a lawyer. So my dad said Lord Denning,
yes,
who was an English constitutional writer, is who he named me after. So I guess I have to be a saint and a lawyer.
At some point in time.
At some point.
Who still calls you Denning?
So I used Anthony through junior high.
Okay.
And then used Denning through senior high.
So Anthony Hoto?
No, so it's Anthony, Denning, Edem, Agbeviade, Hoto. And I will explain.
Okay.
So Hoto is my great-grandfather's, my great-great-grandfather's surname. Agbeviade was taken by my grandfather because he was losing his kids to childbirth. Ta ayoga jivia, when he gave birth, he said,
Maybe this one lives small.
Yes, and Hamachiagbe. So with all this belief undertones, he figured, I need to give that name to the lineage for them to live longer. right? I, on the other hand, figured that I like the Hotone. So I saw an affidavit, and I want that to be on my kids.
What does Hoto mean?
Hotome is a very wealthy man.
That's it.
Yeah, so I want my kids to carry that.
Yep.
And so I saw an affidavit before I gave birth to them.
Okay.
So they carry Hoto.
Hoto.
And my documents are still valid, but of course, so that's how it came about.
So on your Ghana card, what's the name on your Ghana card?
Agwefiade.
Anthony?
Yes. No Denin.
No, Denning.
No.
So who calls you
No,
Anthony?
Denin is on my Ghana card.
Is your Ghana card. So
Yeah.
who calls you Anthony?
People from junior high. When they see me, that's the first thing they do. People that I went to kindergarten all the way through to GSS, they call me Anthony, and yeah.
And then Biheko, people will call you Denning?
No.
They don't.
Biheko, we never use real names.
No.
EXO.
Boys school. EXO.
EXO. I don't even remember my friends, their real names.
Yeah.
It's just chemicals, headache, habinja.
Headache.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was a headache?
He was a headache when he was freestyling for other rappers.
Habinja, man.
Yeah,
Wow.
habinja, all those names. So, yeah. Yeah.
What was Bishop Herman College bundle like?
It was competitive in a very shrewd way. It was also very harsh, not in a bad way, but with discipline. So in Bishop Herman, when you're in Form 1, you go to church. Once you enter the school, because it's a Catholic school, you go to church every day for the first time.
Every day?
morning, for the first time.
Monday to Sunday.
Monday, every day. So Monday to Friday. On Monday, Sunday we have regular church. That
Saturday you go to church too?
no.
No. That's the Sabbath.
Yeah, and then when we have the Lent month and the novenas, you still have to go to church. So it was very, very rigorous. And then because it's on the hill, we also had water problems. And so we were the best managers of water. People protected their water like crazy. People use padlock to lock their water to their bed. People will put sponge in their water, because if I put a sponge, then only me if you use that one for soakings. Nobody else, right?
Your bathing sponge.
Yeah, because it will be my sponge. So it will be me if you use, because if you don't put your sponge, people will use your water for soakings.
So your soakings, is it taste soapy, small?
No. Even if you taste that stuff, you know, really they like that. You know, so there were water problems, and the punishments were weeding the hockey pitch and digging and so on and so forth. So it was a very hard boot camp, but also the teaching was good. The knowledge that was impacted was good. I enjoyed my time there because it was during Bishop Herman that I fully formed as somebody who wants to rap, and I was always doing it in school. Entertainment, I made a name.
Was that your first group?
Yes, that was my
Ringmasters?
Yeah, Ringmasters was the first group.
With Paradise?
With Paradise, Headache, Chemicals, Dragon X, one more. We were 6, but the entire group was 12. Because six people could rap, and those 6 people can dance. But the other 6 people can only dance. So we put them together. But when we started, the original name I gave to the group was Shackles Clan.
Why?
Shackles Clan because we cuff other artists and other other rappers when we pull up, and then we moved to the Ringmasters because when I saw the meaning of the Ringmasters, I was excited. They control the circus.
Yep.
And so we are like, no, we really control this music circuit. So we formed a group, and then we came out of school, and then everybody moved on.
Of the 12, apart from you, who else is in music?
Nobody.
What is Headache doing now?
Headache is in the US.
Okay. Dragon X?
Dragon X is in the US.
Paradise, who was going to be a teacher.
Paradise is a teacher.
He became a teacher.
Yeah, he became a teacher.
Yeah, he nearly became an artist and a hammer.
Yeah, Paradise is a teacher. Chemicals, I think, is doing some cyber-related stuff. There was Steamer, who was the chief rapper in the group. Steamer is a policeman. Yeah, Steamer is so Paradise is a teacher. Headache is in the US. Dragon X is in the US. Steamer is a policeman. Macadoza, I don't know what he does. There was one guy called Macadoza. Yeah.
When you look back at your journey, I mean, what are you most proud of?
I'm most proud of the fact that I didn't do drugs because I lost my parents very early. And so I was exposed to every and anything from living in Accra New Town to growing up in Aflao to moving around without parental guidance and just the echoes of my parents' voice living with me. And that is why I tell people that whatever faith you find yourself in, it is important that you raise your kids with it, because the only thing that is powerful beyond the voice of a parent is the voice of your faith and whatever you believe in. And so in the absence of my parents, it is their Christian faith and the journey of God that guides me. And it's sort of like it's ever present and omnipotent. So you still keep learning. And so I'm very proud of myself that I didn't do drugs, because along the journey, I have seen my friends and my colleagues who have ended up behind bars because of drugs. Some people didn't make it out again. I know people as we speak who are still dealing with it. So that's what I'm really, really proud of. That losing my parents and going through life. And I give some credit to my sister too, for being a good covering for me. I remember the whole time I was recording with Herman from 2006 to 2009 when the album came out. Every time I come home and I lie down and I'm sleeping at dawn, there will be a hand on my head praying. Like my sister will do that every time, you know. So her covering was also helpful.
What does she make of you now?
My sister is my #1 hype man. So I remember when I was at the Grammys and I called her on video. She's always hyper. Little brother, Jay-Z has nothing on you. Come on, see how you look. She's like, she's always, and when she traveled out of the country, she called me, she was like, from today, don't call me Auntie Wendy, call me Mama Dollar. Anything you need, I'll send it to you.
Man.
Yeah, my sister is my biggest fan. You can do it. Little brother, you can do it. I'm so proud of you. Or sometimes she'll call me. I think I was dressed over the weekend. I was going for Regina's wedding. I was wearing a suit.
Van Helvet, yeah.
Right? Me and my squad, when a car going, and then she called me and then she started crying. She was like, look how you look like Daddy. I'm so proud of you. So from time to time, she does that. She'll see me or she'll see something on TV and then she'll just start crying. But I know she's not crying from pain. Yeah. So I'm good.
Is the age gap between you and her quite big?
Yes, because she was born and then my mother had Ruby, but Ruby didn't make it. And then there was another person as a miscarriage before me. Okay. So she's like my big,
it's like a big
sister. Yeah.
Who do you reckon became your father figure after your father died?
After my father died, nobody. Nobody. So I found fathers in people as I go along. So if somebody's persona resonates with me, I'll just be really close to the person, call the person. And I started making older friends very early. So I would spend time with somebody who's older and we just have long conversations, but there was nobody who was like a father figure who I go to, who sees me like a son. No. Up until I met my wife's father, Dr. Osekre, God rest his soul, then he became like a father. By that time, I was already out with my album, but he played a very key role in being an amazing father figure to me.
Yeah. How about Herman? Was it a kind of a father figure, or was that just business?
No, it wasn't business per se, but he only focused on the music, you know, and guided me. But I think another person I'll give a lot of credit to is Maso, who was my former manager, who is an older man, who was my manager, but also will give me guidance all through my career. So Dr. Osekre, number one, Maso. Yeah.
How has your experience with your father and losing him, how has that impacted the relationship with you and your children as a father? Now you're a father too.
Yeah, so I think my prayer is always that God has given me a mandate to raise these kids. So he owes me to give me long life to be with them. And I think that's one of the prayers that Pastor Sami prayed when I was christening my first daughter. And it stayed with me. I think that's a prayer every parent should pray. Make a pact with God that he has given you young people to look after. He should give you life to look after them to the point where they can take care of themselves. Yeah.
And then we can go.
Yeah. And I think in as much as that's spiritual, it's also important that I take care of myself and take care of my health. And so I'm glad to say I'm one of the people who doesn't go to the hospital often. Anytime my weight fluctuates, I'm back in the gym. I'm watching what I eat lately. I've also made a bet with Serum that I'll lose weight and he owes me $1,000. So we're on the road to that.
So, Agbe Sugo.
Agbe Sugo, Agbe Gigi.
Agbe Gigi, that's
Agbe
it.
Lobo.
Yeah, man. Amen to that. You mentioned the Grammys.
Yes.
Recently.
So I went to the Grammys for 2 years straight. Yes. So
what was it like? What was the first time like?
The first time, so shouts to Denta. I was on the West Coast. No, I was on the East, which is
New York side.
Gettysburg, New York side. And Denta and I spoke, and Denta was putting together the African, for lack of a better word, African soiree at the Grammys. And so she gave me and the team a pass, and we flew in there to attend that, also network, and then be at the Grammys. And it was an amazing experience. I think I was there with Kiddy was also there at the Grammys. Stone was also there at the Grammys, together with other African artists. I think Fali Pupa and a few other people were also there. So it was awesome networking. I ran into Kirk Franklin, a few artists here and there. Went into the studio. I think Bellamundi was also there at the time. So it was a great networking experience.
And how did it change with the second time you went?
So the second time I went because Gambo and they were doing a global affair event to raise funds for the fire victims. Because that was the year the fire in LA. So they were raising funds, and they booked us to come and open for the global affair. So Gambo and I opened, and the headline now was Busta Rhymes. So I went back.
Is he the guy that Herman once said that if Busta Rhymes hears you, he'll be proud? You said earlier on in the interview, you said
the same Busta Rhymes. The same Busta Rhymes. And the funny thing is, I actually have a good relationship with Busta Rhymes' stylist, who is a Ghanaian.
Really?
Yeah, who is a Ghanaian who lives in New Jersey. He designs for Busta Rhymes. It's called Torre Designs. You can check him out. Shouts to Torre. And so recently, when Busta Rhymes was in Ghana, I ran into Splifstar at the Marriott Hotel, and I told Splifstar that you guys owe me. He said, yo, dude, why? I'm like, when you guys were coming to Ghana, it was my DVD that Charterhouse took and chopped it to do your promotional video, because I had a full DVD of Busta Rhymes' performance, which Daniel Koshiga knew about.
DQ.
So DQ reached out to me that, yo, Busta Rhymes is coming, we are finding videos, but the YouTube ones are pixelated. So he came for my DVD and they never brought it back. Charterhouse, how far?
Bring back the DVD. You get machine, you go play on.
Yeah, so I called, so I met Split Star. We had an amazing conversation and I called Tori. So we went to the Grammys to open for Busta Rhymes, and then I recorded some music because some of the songs of the 9th convention I recorded in the US. Like I was based there to just get the right ambience. So just wake up, be in the basement recording. So the Grammys was a great experience.
You want to go again this year?
No,
or next
it's
year?
past. So
Next year.
Next year, definitely want to attend. The space is so big. When you network with people and you don't do it frequently, they lose touch.
Yeah.
Because you're on the East. I think I went to the Grammys, then I came back, then I flew back to go and meet Swiss Beats, and then I met the producer of Narcos, the series, and then we had conversations about his new series that he's going to shoot before he passed away the year after. So you need to keep going to keep the network and the bridges that you are building. If not, you go, you meet Swiss Beats, you don't go the following year, 3 years later, you go,
gone.
Yeah, it's gone. So it's a constant thing.
Let me ask you a couple of either or questions. Yeah? Don't think too much.
Yeah,
Volta or the world?
Volta to the world.
You know, I kind of felt that you would say something like that.
Yeah,
though.
Volta to the world, because I'm so global that I am local.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel right now the language is not a barrier for music? From your experience?
From my experience, I think that mindset of or perception of people is the barrier, right? The language in itself is not the barrier, but it's what people think. And so once people lower those walls, it becomes easier. And I think sometimes it takes people who change that perception to make it happen.
Culture or charts?
Culture
Or charts?
or charts?
Yeah.
Culture. Culture, definitely culture.
100%.
Any day. Yeah, I mean, I came up with artists who are no longer here. And I don't mean they've passed away. From the time I was in Herman's camp till now, there are so many artists who also came, but are still not relevant. And I think that culture makes a big difference, because if you're a chart chaser, you wouldn't really last. Yeah.
Studio or stage?
Studio.
What about the studio makes it more exciting?
I like the creative process. I like the ideas coming into my head. It feels very heavenly. You know, for you to be in a studio, so I have a song on my album where it's called Allo, right? So I'm with a producer. Nothing is in my head. I go into the shower and I hear, "You're looking at a real bad man from the 90s. And when I hear that in my head, I also hear a kick. Then I come out of the shower with a towel and I go to the producer and I'm like, "Can you play me a beat where after one bar a drum drops?" By the time I come out, so I like that. It feels so angelic to me, because where did the idea come from? Who put it into your head? How did the producer get the synergy with you to see what you're looking for? So I love that process.
It's like a spiritual process.
It's a very, very
creation.
spiritual process, yeah. And even for Volta V, when we're recording it, I'm just seeing the region. I'm just seeing how it's going to make everybody want to be a part of something that is bigger than me. And I can tell you that yesterday night, I saw people in suits tagging Volta V. Since yesterday night, I've seen people begin to do that. And so it's coming alive. And so the studio is always the place.
But let's talk about the stage too, because hey, you do your live shows. What's your annual event that you do?
Edem Fest.
That's it.
So Edem Fest is my annual event. I think Edem Fest is the Edem X is what is coming to Accra this year. So maybe we will now have Edem X and we'll have Edem Fest, whatever the team decides. But Edem Fest is my annual event.
Okay, and it's happening when?
Edem Fest happens
in May.
No, so Edem X is happening in May.
The X is in May, yes.
23rd.
Yes.
East Garden. I'm sure by the time you are watching it, the tickets are out.
Yep.
And so grab the tickets. It's just on the East Legon Executive Club stretch.
I see it.
Yes, a very nice space. It's going to be a night of just amazing music, and then I get to perform some of the songs of the new album too.
What are the songs that your fans insist that you perform when you perform?
So funnily, it depends on where I am.
Okay.
I went to Nzema, and their favorite song I should perform 1,000,000 times is Fearful. I have the original and the remix with Kwame Eugene, right? When I'm in Accra and I'm doing generic shows, fans want to hear Over Again, Ratoto, Koene, Nyedzilo, Go Harder. When I go to very, for lack of a hood shows, like maybe Nima, they want Heba, they want You The Craze, they want Power featuring Stonebwoy. So sometimes it varies, but generally, for just a general public, it's mostly the commercial songs.
Right.
Yeah, the ones that are mainstream.
Ratoto.
Ratoto.
We need to break that song down.
Do we need to?
Because I think a lot of people have just misunderstood the whole song. You are the originator here, man.
So, Ratoto is just Ratoto, which is the sun.
The sun, okay.
And no talk a doema.
So the rising of the sun.
The rising of the sun.
Okay.
So the song says, "Aloha haba nama fon."
When I wake up.
Indi kanye.
Early morning.
Lamoji.
On the road.
Numadu.
I don't chop yet.
Onya yom.
They call me.
Bamato.
They make us stop.
Amao.
The people.
Lefukpam.
They suffer.
Agbate kom.
That one I don't know.
Agbate.
Agbate is what?
Agbate vu is the truck that you use to pull the.
Okay.
So when the goods become very lamp,
it becomes heavy.
Yeah. So usually, the kaya what they carry is agbate.
Yes.
Agbate mole.
They're pulling it.
Yeah.
The load. The burden.
So people have like burdensome stuff taken to the market. Agbate kom lashima.
In the market.
But koba denaje.
Make money appear.
Koba is money.
Yes.
So then the second verse says, what we go do? Money no day. So we dey search them every corner every day. The hustle no easy. So enough of them are run. It no be easy on the blazing sun. Boys know they hold. We for make dough. God for bless we. So say we go stop the hustle. Na era gato.
And then you start mentioning people's names.
Yes. Because so the song was totally complete.
Yes.
And then Masol and I went to the studio and we're like, you know what, for the closing, it would be nice to reference people who have gone through hustle and are making it,
Yes.
Yes. So I'm like, Ibrahim Mahama himself, just mention a few names. And I think once we did that, it went boom. And I remember
with a hustle for
not the
okay. I'm going to areas.
And then for people who say hey, it's not hey.
It's a ra.
It's a ra.
Yes.
And people who say love.
It's a special sound, eh?
My tongue how pronounce go ta about the harmony.
Okay, so we've broken it down.
Yes.
The rising of the sun.
The rising of the sun.
Okay. Over and over, and it's still hot.
Over Again was a song that took me mainstream proper. We released the song in 2011. And so we are there, I think somewhere at the beginning of the year. And Gen Zs have a way of doing things that's different from we the millennials. And so immediately the song came back on the radar, people started jumping on it for TikTok. For lack of a better word, challenges here and there. And boom, the song came back. But Over Again has always been a big record. That's the record that took me everywhere in the world. I had my first show in London because of Over Again, US, South Africa, everywhere. And so even though Volta Regime cemented that position, Over Again was the first single of my second album, Mass Production, that jumped my career. And to be honest, it's a song that came from looking for a hit record without a budget. Because when we recorded Over Again, we didn't have money for promotion. So I went into the studio with the mind of, what song can I do that can blow up organically as much as possible with little or no money? And so when Genius Selection sent me the beat, and I was simultaneously doing my diploma in marketing at Meridian Pre-University, I was on my way to school. I was late for school. I drove to the studio in Dansoman around Peace Clinic because he sent me the beat the previous night. And I said, bro, play the beat. So he would play the beat and I say, okay, how come? You take come. Item. And he was like, bro, what's going on? I say, you don't worry, just take come. So he records that. And after recording it, I'm like, play and then record a different track. So, okay, how come? Then I go, you pick come. You invite them. That was rap doctor Abba Duncan. Okay, that's a payable you die time. So I was doing invite them. And so once I laid all those rhymes, I just feeling the storyline.
So you're calling and responding to yourself.
Yeah,
yes.
in the verse.
That verse.
Once I did it, I left for school. So when I closed from school around 3 something, and then I drove back because my school was in Odoko. I drove back to the studio and I said, let's complete the song. So I did a second verse, then I left. On my way home, I was on the motorway and I said, you know what? This song needs a hook. It needs some melody that's just so soothing. And I think that it would be nice to come up with a song that says that the fact that a lady has dated somebody doesn't lower her character or persona. And so let me be like a superhero telling the girls that even if you've been with somebody before, you are still worth it, right? So we went to the studio and there was a girl there. And I did my paddy item, and I said I needed drama. So when I say my paddy item, give me things that will be like a very dramatic response. Hey, yeah, and all that. So she did it, and then I sang the hook, and then we released the song. Just normal. We released the song, move around a few parts. 8 weeks down the line, boom, it became big. Herman called me from Kumasi. I think he was on the road with Vodafone Icons. And he said, your song is so big. And then we started getting calls. London, the US, Europe, we want you to come Over Again. And we didn't have a budget, so we went to shoot a video. And the video didn't turn out well with the public reception because the song was so big, I think people had visuals in their head. And then when we released the video, bad press. They started bashing us for the song, but I guess bad press is good press. It's still press. And so it took the song more up.
So that video is still there?
It's still there. Okay. And then we went back and shot another video for it because that time Nudenka cry in pocket. So we pulled up and we shot an amazing video for it. And that was Over Again. So it became the biggest song of the second album, Mass Production. And that was the lead single. And after that, then we released Ghetto Arise, which was the second single. And then it became big. And we released Medekuku, the video. I had a song with Betha on there. And on and on. And just when that momentum was building, we released Heba, which became one of the biggest hip-hop songs. And then we went back into the studio, we were working, and then we worked on Books and Rhymes, which had 25 songs.
Wow.
On there, and that gave birth to Koene, that gave birth to Wicked and Bad, that gave birth to Ole in Ghana, and so on and so forth.
Where did Nyedzilo appear?
Nyedzilo was a single after the Books and Rhymes album. So it wasn't on the album. And so because of the success of Koene, I did Nyedzilo. So Koene was a song that belonged to Lil Shaker. So I was in the studio with Magnum, and Magnum took a break to eat. And I was troughing through beats. It's something I like to do. Because the producers, sometimes they think this beat is for this artist. But sometimes I'm in a different creative space. And so I was going through the beat and I heard dun 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 dun, and I'm like, Magnum, who in beat this? Magnum said it's for Lil Shaker. I'm like, put Shaker on the call. He put Shaker on the call. I'm like, Shaker, I want this beat, but I'll need you on it. And I think it's going to be a big song. He said, oh, bro, it be some beat where I do something for top. I said, no. I know a hit record when I hear one. Fast forward, it becomes big. So once it became big, I went back in the studio and I told Magnum that, Magnum, let's do Koene 2.0. He said, what do you mean? I'm like, you played bang, 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 bang. So just give me bang, 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 bang. It's like just a reverb.
Yes.
And it's something that was inspired by Timbaland. Because when Timbaland plays Love to Love Ya, you hear tan 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 tan. Then when he plays Mr. Elliot, Get Your Freak On, he goes for tan 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 tan. So it's literally
the beginning is the same.
Yeah,
then you
reverse it.
Yeah.
You know. So we did that, and once we did it, the team was like, "Oh, shoot, this song is so big.
Yeah.
So we need to get a feature." Then we reached out to the Mavens because Don Jazzy saw me perform in 2011.
Where?
Ghana meets Niger.
Okay.
And was like, who is this guy? So he sent Bizzle. Back then, shouts to Bizzle and Kwamwan, who was the guy they knew on the ground, to come and call me. So he told me that he likes my craft. He thinks he hasn't seen me before. So if I need anything, I should reach out to him.
Open invitation.
Yeah, then he gave me Bizzle's contact. So I'll always reach out to Bizzle. And then I thought the timing was perfect. And then one of the guys reached out to Tega of Maven. And then we got connected with Ricardo Banks. And Ricardo Banks sent his verse. And then we brought him into Ghana, and Joe directed the video for Nyedzilo.
That's it.
And we wanted sort of like a thriller-inspired video, and boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
We saw the ghouls doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What year was that? 2009?
No. 2014.
14. Okay.
Yeah,
A bit
2014.
long after Michael Jackson had passed.
Yes, long after 2014. Yeah.
What did Michael Jackson mean to you?
So craft, and he puts you in a space of fear and love. So when you and I did Heba, I told you that let's do something that is like a hip hop Michael Jackson, where you watch the video like Thriller back in the day, you are scared, but you also wish that you know the person or you like the person. So that kind of feeling is what it gives, and the artistry to it of just doing something that is larger than life, you know. And so once you're inspired by people like that and now you are in the seat, you also want to do it. So I think when we ended the video with one of Michael Jackson quotes that says, the best way to learn in life is watching the masters at work. I think that's what, yeah.
That's it.
We put there.
Then you have this Too Much song, man.
So
with how many brands flying around in that song, man?
Yeah, so Too Much I recorded, and the person saying Too Much on that song is actually Joey B.
Really?
The person says, Charlie, you be too much. Yeah, Joey B was an underground artist. he was coming around Sammy Black's studio, somewhere at Circle, where this older guy who is on the Onya show now, Fredima Studios. Shouts to Fredima Studios. And so I recorded too much because I was driving on the Spintex Road one time. And then I saw a billboard that said, Standard Water, Ube Feely. And I'm like, imagine you say this comment to a girl. Like, you tell a lady, I'm Standard Water, Ube Feely, right? And it sounds fun. So I told Salon, my cousin, that, you know what? Drive around. Look for every brand and their slogan. Because I have an idea.
He was a research assistant.
Yeah. So Salom drove around, because this was after Volta Regime. So he drove around. So he brought all the brands, their slogans. And I'm like, imagine running a girl and saying, I be tasting me where you know go feel resist, I be roiko. You know they won't make a go, I be the ultimate in life. Na tonga global manya golda. Manana mu kokoko manya wo mama helping hand, ta ochonka na ba onga. Nya hajiji de pa ebibi mabanka te boga. Ale was in gololo. Manana share the brighter life. Kada mayenya will star here. So I put all together and I'm like, let's do a record. But when we did a song with Sammy Black, Hammer wanted a certain type of mix because post-Volta Regime, he now saw my creativity, so he wanted me to work with producers. Like, just go and do your thing with various people because you can do reggae. I don't produce that. You can sing. I'm a rap kind of guy, so we did it and then we mixed it and then that made it to the mass production album. So Over Again, Ghetto Arise, Too Much were all on the mass production album.
Did you have any reaction from the brands?
So we wanted to shoot a video that never came to life. There's a cartoon called Inspector Deck. And Inspector Deck is this guy who, in the quest to impress a lady, takes everything from his head. He can take like a car from his head. He can take like a spoon, everything. So that was the first concept. The second was, we wanted to speak to ShopRite and let them give us a budget. We go through the aisles.
Picking up the stuff, right?
Picking up the stuff. And use Easy, the female singer, as the lead, actress for
character.
Yeah, for it. But we spoke with Joe and time passed and the song was already blown and we didn't see the need to come back and come and invest money in that video. We should go on because Over Again was there to shoot and then we just moved on. Yeah.
One of the songs that for me will never die is Ghetto Arise, man.
Thank you.
I love that song.
Thank you.
What's the backstory to that one?
So Herman and I were driving to Poly to go and perform. And I think that was when we decided to record a song called Makwandem, which was for me, which later became a choir song that he featured me. So they were, I think we were on the radio and they were playing Culture and I was singing every song. And then they started playing some dancehall. I was singing every song and he was like, how do you know these songs? I'm like, I love reggae. He was like, but I don't know because I didn't let Herman know that side.
Why?
Because I've been a keen follower of his camp and I've not seen him give support to any dancehall artists. So I hit that side.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was necessary, right? So he was like, you do reggae? I'm like, yeah. And then once I started going on interviews and people were saying, oh, in school he was a dope dancehall artist, he can sing reggae. So one time I went to Ephraim, the producer, and I did a reggae song, which was Love is Rock. Then I came home, press play for Hammer. Because I was recording. I'll always record, bring it to him. He was like, this is nice. But if you're a rapper and you are going to do your first reggae song, I don't think it should be about love. It should be conscious, like authentic reggae with horns, with the right production, bass line, everything, a one drop. So he thinks Red Eye will do a good job. How much ships me to Red Eye? So let me say I go to Red Eye about 1 p.m. in the afternoon. In 30 minutes we are done. And I couldn't believe it because Red Eye's production speed is unbelievable.
Crinkly to crank crank.
Yeah, unbelievable. I was singing the song. So sometimes you write to beats. Sometimes you compose the song and then the producer programs to the beat. So Ghetto Arise is one of those things where he was just playing the keyboard, and once I catch a vibe, this is for the ghetto youth, not afraid to stand for the truth. Let me see. And then he was playing all that in between.
Responses.
Yeah, the responses, and yeah, he was, and then organically it just grew.
Wow. Oh, it's almost like you were recording live.
Yeah, we're recording. It just grew, and then I went in the booth. By the time Herman gets into the studio, we had a big reggae song, but I didn't think it would become big as in a song in the country. I just knew that we got a reggae song that had the right kind of reggae feel to it, and boom, it went up. And then I think I was home, and then Bolare called me because this Jamaican guy, what's his name? They were in town to perform.
Beanie?
No, Busy Signal.
Busy Signal, okay.
Busy Signal was on air, on Joy. So Bola was like, Busy Signal is around. I should come. I go on radio, and you know Bola, he drops the song. That this is a reggae song. Busy Signal goes off, and then we share pleasantries. And then I think later we performed at the Dome. That time it was called the Dome. We performed at the Dome, and then that's Ghetto Arise became a big song.
Still a big song, man.
Yeah, still a big song.
Love it.
Still a big song.
Efo Kojo.
So Efo Kojo is a single of my album that I didn't release.
Cholaka.
So I have a full Ewe album where I'm just telling very authentic stories. I think I released 2. One is Atiade Manya Yama Chakuo Gakama do Vovoli Nanya Poma. So that, and then Efo Kojo. Efo Kojo is just a story of I built the setting back home, where it's a story of a man who made good money and became arrogant, didn't understand life, and then feel that he needed multiple wives to validate his status, and then went into a place where he had a sexually transmitted disease, and everything started falling apart. And so when I did it, every time I explain it to people, they get blown away. So then I had to do a part 2 where I do the same thing in English, but it is such a big song with my Ewe People. It's unbelievable. Because it goes, Damanya, manya, manya, madwango ode. 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 There once upon a time in Jelukopa, Ojitwa da woyonaba afokojo poga ayo. Afokojo the strong, Nyedzilo. Afokojo ba madana ya wode. Akwanya vyo mana, mino samlo. La kopa makatama, yeko ye plagaso. Yo misi, mabuna madaka dana mimo. Adona maba aso. Nana mae, na usabe bana va fiapa ma na wodola mabuna madaka. Ye togyada groneba. Bojidi manya chomo bateyi makpono. Da fifi agava fo. Yenusia nuva tro. Efo Kojo si mabuna mo. Azwa gochi mango. Nada manya manya manya. Madwango de. Na manya manya manya. Madwango de. Manya, 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 adango de. Edem manya, adango de. No sijo, hafi gavo, hafi fokojo vaso yakamoto, ajako klo, hadinguwi, kleana yiji hafi koklo na kwato, afokojo vajato, yewo kleida patokoji, dokita vatofo, yewo pa ako dikanaku, kaka wodo apama, 1, afanya viwojo, 2, Asramba makayo ya glene ya masio a focusino no 3 a cogbeje vivo 1 lagaso ye ya 2 a co abajivo 3 papa tukle akpasa ha 4 a co tokorogia pombla vosuso wo sera voto de tamayiji nawa a chovia yiji.
That was a beautiful story there, man.
Yeah, so Fokojo is...
It's a big one.
Yeah, so then they force me and I do part 2. Once upon a time in a little town, there was a rich man called the Fokojo. One wife and a lot of girl them, man they live like there's no tomorrow. So, like, I don't remember the lyrics, but so I tell the same story. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Afukojo.
Yes.
Did you take voice lessons?
No.
You've got a great voice.
Thank you. But I did a lot of vocal training on my own through YouTube, through going to the beach. I always used to go to the beach when I was underground and do a lot of vocal training. Just try to get the ranges, and I think it's because of my dancehall side.
Yes.
Because you know you have to really get the ranges,
Yeah.
right? You have to get the pitch, you have to get the tone.
So what would you, at the beach, what would you, if say you're at the beach now, what would you be doing?
I can go to the beach and do I can do that back to back just to get the just go for, you know.
The Catholic hymns also help, you know.
Catholic
hymns, those chants. Yeah.
Whatsoever you do for the least of my brothers, that you do unto me. Yeah.
That's it. You did something for the spelling bee.
Yes. So I did a song called Indomitable for the spelling bee 10 years ago, where Mawena reached out to me.
May she rest in peace.
And said, bro, I'm doing something for spelling bee. I want a song that can resonate with the kids. So I put pen to paper and I did a spelling bee. And it's interesting we are talking about this because this is hardly 10 years. And so they want me to do a remix.
2.0.
Yeah, they want me to do a 2.0. And I'm excited about it. But I told them that if it's not broken off, it's because for 10 years, they said all the kids loved it and they never wanted to be changed.
No.
Every time they say they never wanted to be changed. And the funny thing was, it was when I was doing the spelling bee that myself I realized that the word jicama started with a J. I never knew. And so that was one of the things I learned in spelling bee, because when I was writing, I was doing my research, I realized that the word jicama is Jicama. And I'm like, you English people, why? Why are you saying jicama but it's a J? Because all the time we'll say jicama.
It's jicama. You know, English borrowed from all around the world. Even Kwashako is in English now.
Wow.
And Dumzo.
So they borrowed.
Yeah, they just borrowed.
Yeah, so the spelling bee, Mawena reached out to me, as in the Mawena that is the head of the spelling bee.
Okay.
For the 10th anniversary. So hopefully we will do a remake, and I can't wait. because then we'll be doing it with the new era. So
Yes,
it'll
yes,
be really
yes,
cool.
yes. Oh, I got the Maonas mixed. I thought it was Trevor.
No,
But you did work with Maona Trevor, didn't you?
yeah. So Auntie Maona and I did some work in terms of business, and also she was my god sister.
Okay.
So guidance, don't do it. She's the first person who will probably watch the interview and say, Nana, why did you let him say that? He shouldn't have. She should say this, very prim and proper.
Yeah.
And she will always check you. Like I remember something happened, we're driving somewhere and then one of the team members was just being nice to a police officer and then gave some money. She was like, all of you are part of the problem. Never do this again. You are enablers.
Oh, may she rest in peace.
Yeah,
man.
so she was my
person.
god
Yeah.
sister.
Wonderful person.
Yeah, so amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only in Ghana.
Only in Ghana, the song was inspired by a club beer advert.
Which one?
The one where the people, I think there's a club beer advert where somebody's in a group of people are buying wache in a queue.
Yeah.
So I think this guy comes and then just walks to the wache seller.
Yes.
And says, I want to buy wache, and then somebody says,
You said.
yeah, then the guy says, only in Ghana, right? So when I saw that, I'm like, there are things that are really just peculiar to who we are. So let me do a song. So I went to Red Eye and I said, I have an
Same guy who did the Ghetto Arise.
Yes,
Okay.
I went back to him and said, only in Ghana, maybe say Povito, only in Ghana, we finish eating before we wash our hands.
Yeah.
Only in Ghana we do so and so. So once I put it together, I think the team and I went back to Club here, spoke to them, and then we partnered with them and we shot the video.
That was a smart move.
Yeah, we shot the video. They funded the video, and the thing about the Only in Ghana video is we shot it in Accra, Kumasi, Larabanga, Eastern region, and the Volta region.
You covered the main parts of Ghana.
Yeah, we covered the main parts. So we shot in Accra.
North, south, east, west.
There are some Independence Square landmarks, and then we did the Okonfa Anokye statue, and then we drove to the Larabanga Mosque.
Was that the first time you had been there?
To Larabanga?
Yes.
Yes, that's my first time.
What was your experience like?
When
When you saw that building, you've just been there for years.
I saw the building, I was blown away by, first of all, what kind of material would be able to stand this
Centuries, man.
Yeah, this test of time. And it is very, I guess back then it looked big, but now that it looks very petite, but I'm like, wow. And when they gave me the chance to look inside, it looked like a very cozy place, and it was nicely still painted, and I think the maintenance was also good, and I think the chief was talking to me. He was sitting under a shed telling me that we need to come back and throw more light on this place and get people to visit. Government, we need more good roads so people can experience all the tourist sites.
Yeah, man.
Ghana really has amazing places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the story of Only in Ghana.
Yeah, that was the story of Only in Ghana.
How about the one with Sway?
The one with Sway, we recorded the original, which is produced by Kemenya. And then I spoke to Denta. I'm like, sis, I have a record and I think that I want to get somebody in the UK. And Sway will be the ideal person to jump on the record. But I sent Sway a previous record that we couldn't collaborate on. So I sent it to him. He loved the record. He jumped on it. And then that year, around 2013, I think around December 17th or so, I brought Sway into Ghana, and then Joe directed the video. It was a video of Black Uprising, and we took it from this. It was inspired by a movie by Jimon Hunsu. You know Jimon Hunsu?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, Jimon Hunsu. Yeah, I think it was inspired by that, where black people are being suppressed.
Yeah.
and then they finally rise. And so we shot that video, went to Cape Coast, shot the video, shot the beach scenes at Labadi Beach, and Joe did some amazing work with that video, and then we released it. After that, So and I have had a relationship for the longest time. Yeah.
Back to the either or before we go. Movement or moment? Which is one? Which one?
Movement. Movement.
If I move.
Constant movement. Yeah, you have to be moving. You have to be moving.
VRMG, what's the full?
Volta Regime Music Group.
That's it.
That's what's on paper. What's on the streets and in our minds is Volta Regime Money Gang.
We like that one too. We like that one too. Yeah.
Ganava.
Two. Koba. Yeah. So has Gbevu been put aside?
Yes. I think that when you're growing and you become, you get to certain levels, you want to do things that just drive a certain holistic angle. I've had a few older people call me and said, "Ami onyakpola ko doko hiagba mi aba yonya gbogbo fi onyo ha ale shobo no video do o mo kogaba gbogbo tami anu week play pipilipi and so on."
You can get pipilipi. What will it be?
Pipilipi is the real Ewe name for weed.
Pipilipi.
But now your man like o gbona.
Pipilipi.
Pipilipi.
So, for those who don't understand, Gbevu is like a rascal or kobolo?
Yeah, Gbevu is like somebody who is stubborn and dogmatic. But so, because, hip hop has a way of making
negatives positive.
Yeah, like the song be bad, which means the song is really, right? And so, but then with time, the team was like, you know what, we need to focus on our company. We need to focus on VRMG. That is a more bigger umbrella to as a movement, and so it's everything VRMG for life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's how's VRMG doing these days?
We are good. The team is good. I have an amazing team. I'm excited about all the things that we have lined up, and I'm sure at this point we can show people better than we can tell them. So, as and when we announce anything, the world will know.
Volta V, how big can this get?
I think I just want Volta V to be a unifying anthem of excellence for the region. And so if I'm able to achieve that, where young, old, child, everybody hears the song and resonates and feel that I need to be proud of identity, I'm good. I'll be fulfilled.
You'll be so. Best thing about being a daddy?
Best thing about being a daddy is how your kiddies go feel use you anyhow. And
you have girls?
I have 2 girls and a boy.
Okay, right.
And so one time, I think my son and I, we went somewhere, and then we drove through some place, we bought food, he was eating, and then he looked at me, "Daddy, I like chopping your money, oh." I'm like, "Junior, you are so annoying." So that the best thing is spending time with them, and then even though I'm raising them, they are teaching me. So they are teaching you because now they will test your patience, and I think that I have always been a father figure, not only to my kids, because of where I came from. I lost my parents early, so I carefully think through things to take decisions. I always maybe take a second opinion, either with a friend, "Charlie, what do you think?" Because I think 2 minds are always better. So, "Charlie, what do you think?" Even with the team, "What do you guys think? What should we do?" So that when we gather our energy, and then once Volta Regime came out, the entire Everland was looking up to me. So I have young people come up to me every day, and I've been supportive of them. They come to me for advice. What should I do? What should I need help? And so it's always been like that for both everybody and the kids, and I don't shy away from it. From young girls who come up to me, be like a father figure, and it's an honor. Yeah.
And when Edem is down, what does Edem do?
When I'm down.
Yes.
So the last time I had a downtime, I slept. Usually I sleep. I would turn on the AC very high, get a duvet and sleep. Because, and the last time I had a downtime, the team we're closing a deal. We're close to doing something really, really important. And then when it was about 3 days to the time, the people pulled the plug, right? And it was a lot of money. And so the email came. And when the email came, Mario screenshotted it and put it on the group. Everybody saw it, of course. I felt sick.
Straight.
I felt sick because it was 3 days to the time that we're supposed to do the thing. And I just went into my son's room, turned on the AC, take a blanket, and I went to sleep.
That's all.
Yeah. I woke up and I called Auntie Ma when I got rested. So I'm like, sis, this is what's happening. She said, anything is possible. Summon your whole team. Meet me in East Legon. We met her in East Legon. She was like, let's take our time. What is the most important? What do you have on your table? If push come to shove, can you still pull it off? Do you have to scale down? Do you have to postpone? We said, no, we cannot postpone. Then she said, you guys can do it. And we did it.
She was thinking like an engineer.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
She made us put the pieces together. So when I have a very downtime, I just like to sleep. I just like to sleep. If I'm not sleepy, then I'll just be indoors and be calm. But I really like to be calm and just take my time and regroup. And once I regroup, I keep it moving.
Toughest thing about being a leader?
Come again?
What's the toughest thing about being a leader?
I think trying to read every team member's temperature, right, is one of the toughest things for me. Because when you're a small team, you want to lead efficiently and also make sure that every team member is also good, because their well-being is connected to the goal you guys are trying to achieve. And so reading everybody's temperature to see if they are okay, if they're in the right headspace, if everybody is with a vision. Because if I record a song and Mario likes it, the publicist Nanayo doesn't like it, the energy for the promotion might be different.
Yes.
Or if I record a song but I don't like it, and the team, because there are songs I don't like that sometimes I will be performing, and then the team will go to the DJ and say, drop that song. And they'll tell you, I'll come to them and say, don't do that nonsense again. But they will sometimes see the crowd and be like, this is the song he should perform. So reading my team's temperature to see if we're in a good space, if the energy is right, is something that is a constant struggle. And so, but I think our communication is growing and we are bonding well. So that is also helping. And I believe that we just have to continue to grow microstructures that will just make those things more seamless, and we would be good.
How do you maintain your grills?
This one's
Yes.
the VRMG.
Oh, it's actually VRMG?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's VRMG with my head logo on there.
How do you maintain them?
So, shout out to Craftsman. Craftsman is my Ewe brother
Okay.
in East Legon. That's amazing grills. You guys can check him out. I called him. I'm like, bro, do some grills for me. And oh yes, my daughter says she wants grills, so I'm doing one for my daughter. We'll be twinning very soon. So Craftsman was like, let me do something. I said, you know what, just do VRMG.
That's it.
I have this head logo of me from back in the day. Put it on the Koene. And then I'm there, he calls me, he does this very nice silver grills with this thing on.
So how does it work? Then you just slip it on?
You just slip it on.
Okay. And when you go to sleep, you take it off?
Yeah, I take it off, and it has a container. So when I said, wait, Nana, bring me the green bag, it was the grills I was going for.
So is it in a glass of water or something?
Yes, like in a glass with, there's a very soft rubber lining that protects it and you just put it inside.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm working on the upper one and I'm working on the new one.
So what will be, on the lower level we have VRMG and the head. On the top, what's going to be there?
No, I'm doing a totally new one, top and down.
With all VRMG?
No, when is that? You guys to see.
Man, I've enjoyed this conversation, man. That's your camera over there.
Yes.
Say whatever you want, in whatever language you want to say to your people.
Madakuku madogwa na miakata.
Yes, say.
O fine nganya fe. Is that not how you say it?
Yes.
Na le TVG allo le internet aji mi akponfia le Facebook allo TikTok a mi akponfia madakuku nya haye do title enya Volta V na jagwagwaba na streaming and ngmagakpo na nya be enya povia na ya fi the shadow okota na noji nyamabo na kodo kyo da jio nyamabo na dao na bobodo kyo gaka magana madaka na tashire nkujino na nano ha na dovevie awe atomodanchi awe Volta V siaba mangbaglo ogo matukada ogo gaka anyafo eka afodofe eka ojaba na do aleba kakana sawonko madakwana me. And now I speak to all the fans, all the amazing people who have supported me over the years. I appreciate the love and the support. We are building legacies, opening doors for the younger generation. I'm glad that your support has kept me here over the years. I'm excited about the new album, the 9th Conversion. Volta V is out. Go stream it. Support. Mad love to my team. I love you guys. You guys are the best. And I can't wait for you guys to see what we have cooking. I'll see you on the 23rd. East Garden, East Legon, Edem X. Let's go get him.
Tiki-toki la.
Hey,
Tiki-toka. My people.
Tiki-toka and go grow. Magagban let's run.
Tiki-toka. I'm going to speak to my friend Cynthia at GTV. She needs to put you as a guest presenter for adult education in a
No, I'd love to do
one
that.
day.
No, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
We'll make it happen.
I'd love to do that because when I was growing up, adult education was most annoying program because it delayed me from all the other entertainment. So I love to go in there and speak.
Guest presenter loading up.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Thank you.
Akbalo.
Masako.
Thank you so much. All the best. All the best. That's my conversation with Edem, artist and cultural ambassador. My name is Kafui Dey. Let's meet in the comments. God bless.
Oh, this was good. We could have gone more.
Oh, of course.
Nana, why?
We could have done 12.
Why? Nana.